Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Ah, I see you got yourself a little haircut.
Yeah, I did it the other day. I finally broke down and fucking cut my hair.
I like it. I like it. It's very
Thank you.
sexy. Very sexy.
Yeah, I put off like shaving my beard and cutting my hair because it's fucking winter.
Right.
And every time I do that shit, it finally starts to snow and gets like super cold. So I kept putting it off and putting it off because I hadn't done any of those things yet, really.
Yeah.
And then like day after, it fucking snowed like stupid. So
I don't know
you're
anything
welcome,
about
Ohio.
that. No,
It's my fault.
it is your fault. Everything is your fault.
Always and forever. Who are you, my ex-wife?
Solid joke. Um,
Never gets old.
Anybody who's joining us, we're about to do a lot of talking.
Lots of talking.
Prepare yourself for a lot of, if you're interested in the opinions of two white men, this is going to be a good 3 hours for you.
The opinions of two white men on pop culture.
Nobody gets any content like that daily anywhere.
It's never existed before. We are on the forefront of all of it.
You
We're
can't get
starting it
opinions
right
on the
now.
internet anywhere else.
Not even a single white guy has ever been on the internet before. So
we're gonna
here we
say
are.
wild things like Spider-Man was good. Prepare yourself. The takes.
I'm gonna go ahead and put a
hotter.
check mark next to that right now.
The takes have never been hotter, folks. I actually
glue your wigs down.
I printed it.
I hand wrote and re-hand wrote all my shit, so
I typed it up in notes and then I retyped it up and made it a lot cleaner. I mean, it's mostly just stuff that
okay, so
written.
looking at yours, you definitely have multiple pages of notes. I didn't write any notes, but I think I know what I want to say about some of these things. So
yeah. I just was like, there are a couple things, and again, most of it's probably in my brain, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything.
well, I was gonna try and just kind of like do like a quick breakdown of why I enjoyed it, but I was like, I can fucking handle that. Like, because I was just gonna handwrite everything. I thought about doing it all on my laptop and just bringing my laptop out and fucking having it at hand, but
so
I'm not gonna fucking do that. Not gonna do that.
Anybody who's on and will be joining us, as the title says, we're basically just going to talk about our favorite stuff from last year.
By the way, he's on the jacket.
That's a salad pin.
He's on the jacket.
And you got
Thank
two.
you so much, buddy. I appreciate it.
You got two. Due to a post office error.
Yeah.
They must have lost it. And
Heavy AF pins. Thank you so much for making this badass fucking King Diamond fucking pin. Thank you.
Right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going to talk about some of our favorite albums, TV shows, and movies from last year. And always the funnest part about doing these kinds of lists is just to see how fundamentally behind you are on things.
Yeah.
Mostly with movies, which you would think would be the easiest one to keep track of. Music's obviously the hardest because there's just a plethora of stuff, and you don't have an excuse other than time. But like movies are like, an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. You could technically do one a day, but you don't. And then there's stuff that's like the year-end stuff, all the award stuff that's not really available.
But I mean, that's a pretty good point though about music, because like music-wise, like you can latch onto an album and listen to it like multiple times in a day.
Right.
It's just like those little like half hour to 40 minutes, 45-minute fucking like blocks of time are easy to get through. But like you watch a movie and it's like, oh my God, I just sat through fucking 2.5 hours of something.
Well,
that I didn't
and
care about.
and I think the same which I realized, especially me on the weekend, which I'm sure you are the same, is that like I usually watch a lot of stuff late at night, so I'm a little tired, and then I'm not gonna like throw Spencer on with Kristen Stewart at like 10:30 at night.
Right.
I'm gonna watch Mimic 2 on
Yep.
HBO Max. Like I'm gonna watch a pile of shit because like I
Dude,
know that I'm gonna doze
I
in and
sat
out.
down the other night and I was like, oh, maybe I should finally finish the new fucking Matrix movie. And I ended up watching When a Stranger Calls Again instead.
Again and again. Sometimes they call back again. Should have been the
So
second
that's what
time.
I've done with my life. I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick. Give me like
All
one
right.
second.
If you're still on, God bless you. Um, we're hopefully. I don't know. I didn't get any feedback about anyone from Draft Pod hopping on later, or at least watching.
Yeah, hopefully they tune in.
And I don't know where you want to start. If you want to start in music or TV shows or movies.
Well, I have music on my list first.
Music will be the most boring. So we should definitely start with that.
All right, let's rock and roll. No
All
pun
right.
intended.
So
God damn it, why
originally,
the fuck did I say that?
because it's a cool thing, cool people say.
No, it was dumb and I'm fucking embarrassed.
Um, so I have like 10 albums and then some honorable mentions. Originally, I was going to do 5. And
hmm
then I was just like, okay, fuck it. I'll have a 10. Because I couldn't, honestly, when it becomes like a thing where I can't decide between like 2 things, I got a 5. Then I'm like, oh, I got to push it to 10.
Well, I did 5 and 3 honorable mentions.
All right.
So
Well,
I have 8 of everything.
I'll just burn through a couple of these lower tier. Not that they're bad. Hey, there's a Draft Pod wave.
It's got to be Andy.
So I'll just say it's number 10. Although really, anything under the number 1 is basically like it's not like, oh, I liked 7 so much more than 4 or 4 more than whatever. It's just the order
Right.
that I wrote it in. The 1 was my favorite album the last year, but yeah, I'm gonna just start this with I'm gonna butcher this poor man's name, Genesis Owusu. I don't
I think it is Owasu.
Owasu. His debut album, Smiling with No Teeth, is one of those things that you're listening to and you go, how is this guy's first album? He sounds like he's been recording for like, it's got like 5th or 6th album. It's got that, it's such an easy listen and he just sounds so like good at what he's doing. And he just
Well,
bounces in and out
my
of
question
different
would be,
genres.
how old is he?
Oh, he's super young. I don't know how old he is, but he's super young.
Because my guess would be he's probably done a shit ton of recording of just like, I gotta have this, I gotta have this, I gotta have this.
There you go.
Type
Andy
of
says
stuff.
22. Yeah, he's 22, so he's just like a prodigy.
That's awesome.
Which happens, a lot.
It
And
does.
also a thing with with a lot of artists is that like you do sit on ideas, really good ones for a long time, and then once you're able to do it, you do sometimes end up putting it all on one project.
Mm-hmm.
And then then you have your sophomore slump because you kind of burnt yourself out. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I mean, this
Let's hope
guy
not.
does like techno and pop and punk and soul and R&B, all kinds of stuff going on in this. But it's very just easy to turn on and just kind of vibe out to no matter what mood you're in, which I like. And I think is a big thing with a lot of the albums I picked this year was like, I really wasn't trying to think about shit too much, a little bit, but not too much. So I just like all the stuff that I caught up with in the last 4 or 5 months. Most of the stuff I like is from the back end of the year, like or summer on. Stuff that was like at the beginning of the year. If it wasn't really big, I kind of forgot about it, and that's why I had
There's
to go
a
back and look at all the shit that came out. Like, oh fuck.
yeah, there's a couple on my list that I went back for because I was definitely jamming them heavy back when it came out, and then it was just kind of like back into the same routine of shit that I was listening to when I was fucking 14, and then
Yeah,
like, oh, this shit album fucking dropped, so I'm gonna fucking listen to that on
yeah.
repeat for a while.
That is also my thing. Also, is that now that I'm working out daily, a bulk of the things I listen to are just workout stuff. So it's like, if you could, if it, shout out to anybody who saw my unfortunate year-end Spotify Wrapped, which was just Limp Bizkit and industrial metal. That is not like what I listen to while driving around. That is what I listen to consistently, plus rap. It's like rap, and I don't really listen to the industrial anymore because I'm not really doing cardio anymore. But when I'm lifting, I listen to a lot of rap, a lot of Pantera, and a lot of fucking Limp Bizkit because it's anything groove centric and repetitive and also tough and I'll have sex with your wife kind of music. I'll kill you. That kind of stuff is like the kind of stuff you want to hear when you're lifting weights.
I'm a
So,
strong
I'm
man.
I'm a cool macho dude with a lot of money, and look at me, and that's all I want to hear when I'm working out. I can't listen to an introspective folk album while like I'm like fucking curling weights. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not listening to like
You don't want to listen to Phoebe Bridgers while you fucking pump iron?
Oh yeah, my workout list is Taylor Swift and Casey Musgraves and Olivia Rodrigo. Is that a real person? I feel like that's a real girl.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's my number 10. Solid album that's honestly like I'm still enjoying. Like I'm still digesting it. A lot of this stuff because I have to go back. I have to fucking go back. I have to go back.
Yeah.
And because I'll be like, oh, because again, we were growing up. It was like, oh, these are the albums you own, and this is all you can hear.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, do you want to go back and listen to all the Styx albums? Because you can. And I'll be doing shit like that. I'll be like, fuck, what about that? I was like, I've given very little time to the first 3 Aerosmith albums, and then I just sit there and I listen to it for a couple of days, and it just eats up my time.
Toys in the Attic's where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, I just get into weird stuff for like a little bit, and then it's gone.
All right, we really didn't game plan this. We trading off or?
It don't matter. I feel like also if we happen to match one, that's a bingo.
Okay.
And we'll get a bingo in there, and
we've done that before.
Everybody wins. Everybody wins nothing if that happens. So I mean, you can go, or I can do another one. I don't care. Since you have 8.
So I did, like I said, I did a top 5, and then I did 3 honorable mentions. So I'll go with my number 5, which was Quicksand's Distant Populations. Having fucking Quicksand put out an album last year was fucking insane, not knowing that they were going to do that shit. And then finally to find out, like, oh, fuck, I got something to look forward to. I was very excited to hear that, and it's so fucking good. It's really, really good.
I've got that in my honorable mentions. It was teetering away.
Yeah.
But that's a really good one. It's almost a bingo. We're still close.
Almost a bingo.
So close. My number 9 is a pop duo of gals called Black Dresses. I don't really know how to describe this as like weird, glitchy pop. I don't know, but like it's weird because there'll just be parts where they're like talking, and then it's like really weird, heavy electronic music, and then it's like soft pop songs. The lyrics are very, they're like heartfelt, but also like gross at times, and I they feel honest, and it's just I don't know how to describe it. You just listen to it one time. Anybody who likes weird, especially girl pop and like um, it's different than most things I normally listen to. I have to be definitely in a mood to listen to it, but once you do, I just can't stop listening to it. It's very interesting. Oh, black dresses. I'm sorry, I'm belching a lot. I had a very rushed dinner. Apologies.
I'm probably going to be doing it too because I had a very delicious pizza earlier and the sauce is giving me fucking heartburn. So I'm probably going to burp that up for a while. It was also onions and banana peppers. So that's contributing a little bit.
Right.
But the sauce was very tangy, I guess. I don't know. It was a good pizza, but fuck. It's fucking me up.
Pasta and meatball.
It's a spicy meatball.
You want to go? You want to go?
Yeah, so number 4 is something that I was surprised was also ever gonna fucking happen was the Tomahawk fucking Tonic Immobility fucking album. Fucking Tomahawk.
I honestly forgot that even existed. That's just one of those
So good. It's so fucking good. I love Mike Patton. Like, there's no tomorrow. I love that dude. His voice is fucking super awesome. His vocal range is ridiculous. His ability to shift like genre vocally, like Duke could sing fucking opera if he wanted to. I feel like it, but
he probably
Tomahawk is one of those fucking bands that you go back and you listen to some of those songs, like the self-titled Tomahawk album is one of my favorite fucking albums. I love that shit. And to get like a brand new one last year was super exciting. And for it to be something that fit like well within their discography was cool. But I feel like they've also kind of stepped it up a little bit. I think they, and I'll preface it with Mr. Bungle, the new Mr. Bungle album was cool, but I'm more excited about this Tomahawk album. It's very good.
Well, I'll have to add to the list because I completely forgot it existed, and now I will have to go listen to it.
There you go. You learned something today.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Since we're
Class dismissed.
We're talking about old throwbacky. It was other than a couple things. I'm really excited about this. I was really excited about this. One of my favorite bands for so many reasons. That's the new Failure album, which was Wild Type Droid. I love Failure.
Which is a band I forgot about.
Yeah, so I actually enjoyed, like, as far as like bands coming back with albums, I was more into this than the Quicksand album, but I've always really liked Failure, and it speaks so much to my other music likes, like fucking Deftones and stuff, and fucking obviously like Cave-In, like Brodsky and like fucking Chino. Those guys have borrowed heavy from this band. But their new album is really good. They just had one, I think, like in 2018 or 2019. I can't remember. Would you say those years out loud? You go, oh, that wasn't too long ago, but it was a long time ago. Fucking a long ass time ago.
It feels like a million years already.
Album is super atmospheric, super. It's chill, it's dark, but it's got some good like soundtracky vibes at times, which I really enjoy. Doesn't get too heavy, but great guitar stuff. If you have to listen to one song, listen to Headstand, which I think was one of the singles. But it was either the first or second song they released, and that shit is so.
I just wrote it down, so I'm gonna check that out when we're done.
So good, so fucking good.
Oh yeah. Number 3 for me, I can't remember. Maybe they did. I think this might be 3 years running. They've made a list that we've done Or is this our third year?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe we didn't do a best of our first year, or we did. But I think if we did, it probably made it. Is fucking Mastodon, that Hushed and Grim album. Yes, it's like a million years fucking long. It's a very long fucking album. But honestly, with everything that was going on the last couple years and them having the time to sit and write all that fucking material, it makes a lot of sense. But fuck, it's so good. I love those dudes.
As
Fucking
an
Mastodon's awesome.
Yeah, I like Mastodon a lot. And again, another album I just never got to. Um, but like it's like in my because like anytime like a new album comes out, I either like add it to a playlist or I like the
Well,
album.
what's crazy is like when it first came out, I think I listened to two songs and then I looked at the running time for the record and I was like, I don't have time for this right now. And I had nothing to do that day. Like I just was not ready to sit through that fucking
You just
much.
ran out of
And
your
then
house with your briefcase and was like, "Why I never."
within like I think like 2 or 3 days later, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking sit and I'm gonna live in it. And I loved every second of it. It's fucking awesome. It's really,
Yeah,
really good.
I mean they're an immensely talented group of dudes for sure. That's another one that I need to go swing back to and kind of add it to the list. I'm gonna add that and the Tomahawk. You see, look at this. Look at us.
Oh, look at us go.
Um, Next up is some real rippity raps. Um,
Ripping in them rap.
that's the new Wiki album, Half God. Wiki has been one of my favorite rappers for a long time. Um, he used to when he first came out, he was just like all the songs were like dirt baggy, like party songs, very New York. He has a strong New York accent. He's missing teeth. He all he rapped about was like having sex and drinking and doing drugs, and that's kind of what he was still rapping about. But he's gotten a little older now, so he's a little wiser and a little more introspective, and he's gotten way better at rapping. And because he used to be pretty under the radar, casual, more fun. I would compare it to like a Mac Miller, the way Mac Miller was like fun, haha, and then it was like I want to kill myself. Um,
Yeah.
but like it's not dark. The album's not dark like that. He raps a lot about just like kids who are coming out now and like in the city and gentrification of the city and like all this different stuff. But he's gotten really, really, really good at rapping. Like I don't know if he's always just been that good and just never really went for it, but it's also not like Eminem where it's like it's not like that shit where you can't fucking understand. It's just a lot smarter.
Cool.
And he still has one of the coolest rap voices. And yeah, Wiki Half God, definitely check it out. One of my faves.
Oh yeah. So I mentioned before that I went back for a couple. Tomahawk was one of them that I had to go back earlier into the year and pull into. This one I think was a lot closer to the beginning of the year. It might have been just before summer even, so like that gap. But fucking when I was kind of scrolling back through like my playlists and stuff, there was a lot of it in there, which was Dark Throne, Eternal Hails.
Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot they had an album.
I sure do love me some black metal, and it don't get any more black metal than fucking Dark Throne.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I remember I've seen it. I just have never been like, oh, I'm gonna listen to that. I want to listen to it, but then I forget, and then I'm just like,
It's so good. Actually, you probably might even put it in your fucking workout fucking playlist.
but
It,
I have to understand the lyrics. It's got to be lyric driven also. Like when I'm and it has to be like about being awesome. That's like strong and
it's
awesome
about
and cool.
it's about Satan. What more do you need?
They don't do it for me when I'm lifting weights.
It's not even that. I don't. It's just a great fucking. It is. It's. I would say it's more. I don't want to say like lighter or faster or anything like that, but it just has like a better quality to it that doesn't sound overproduced. It doesn't sound because overproduced black metal is fucking gross. That shit sounds awful. I fucking hate it.
You like it when it sounds like just a bunch of bats in a can.
No, but I'll listen to that. But I'll listen to that. This
like
is
a bat and some rocks and just be shook in a can.
yes. I will say this is probably one of the best produced fucking black metal albums, but it's not overproduced. Like it doesn't sound silly, it doesn't sound dumb. It sounds exactly like I think he wanted it to, and I fucking love it. That's a great album.
Wow, I'd like to check that one out too.
After I wrote it down, I went back and listened to it again, and it fucking holds up, man. That's why it's a number 2 spot for me.
I really think this was the year, which is strange. I did like some metal albums this year, but like this was probably the year I listened to the least amount. And again, I think it's because I listen to a lot of heavy stuff when I work out. So when I'm not working out, I'm like listening to different shit, and then I rarely like drive around and circle back, and that's probably why I've missed some metal stuff this year. But not all of it. Not missed everything, just a few things. Next up, we have another Rippity Raps album from one of the easily the best rapper rapping right now, who is Little Sims. She is
he rapping right this second?
She
is she rapping right this second?
Probably. Her new album, Sometimes I Might Be an Introvert, really good. Again, introspective. There was only a couple things I didn't like. The only thing I don't really like about the album is there's too many interludes, and I'm constantly fucking skipping it. I just like, I don't want to be skipping shit all the time. I don't want to. It's like one time listen. There should be 2 versions of the album. Like your first listen, where you get the whole thing. It's very whatever, the whole painting, and then give me the other version and take the fucking interludes out. But
oh yeah. Andy says that's his number 2 of the year.
Oh, good for him.
You fucking dick.
If his number 1 isn't Limp Bizkit, I don't care. Yeah, like
might be. It's Andy we're talking about. It might be fucking Limp Bizkit.
Lots of heavy topics on this one about family and racism and blah 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 and all that stuff. But it's her boast rhymes when she talks that shit is like she's one of the best to ever do it.
What's her name?
Little Sims, Simz. I would love.
I'm gonna listen to that.
I would love to hear her like on my dream record with her is like her to get on a Run the Jewels song, only just for her to go bar to bar with Killer Mike, especially because they're so good. They're such great political voices, or so good at rapping about politics and the strength that their lyrics have. I would love to hear that. That's my dream collab for sure.
Oh yeah,
it's a great record. She's fantastic. I wish she would just do a whole EP of just talking shit though, just like pure, just like fuck you, I'm great at rapping, rippity rap, I'm great at rapping. And like 5 songs, just like eviscerating everyone, because she could probably do it.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to checking that out.
Check it out.
Check it out. Burr, 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 burr. All right, so my number 1. This came out fairly late in the year, and it's one of those bands that you again never thought that they were gonna do fucking anything The new fucking Turnstile, Glow Up, is so fucking good
Bingo! We got a
that
bingo!
I can't stand how good that fucking album is. It's so fucking awesome to just be able to put that on
Somebody hit the
and
hearts. Somebody hit the hearts in the chat.
hit the ports.
We got the
It's
bingo.
so good. It's so good. Fuck, it's so good.
Yeah, I mean,
They
I
just
might
did
talk
an
about
NPR
it.
fucking Tiny Desk fucking thing where they.
Yeah, I saw a portion of it.
Oh, it's so good. Those guys are fucking awesome. And good for them for being able to come back and do something so rad.
Yeah, I'll just because that was actually my number 2.
Nice.
I honestly wasn't like a fan of them prior, not for any reason, but whatever, just never. This album just happened to fly so high up on the radar for a hardcore band, and then I was thinking about how it's such a blissful album. It reminded me at times like when you were listening to like Fucked Up album a couple albums ago, where they had those songs that were just so catchy, but maintained their influences. It reminded me of that, not sound wise, but just the vibes of like this. This is just fun to sing along to, and it also like for me made me feel like I'm listening to something that I would have enjoyed when I was very young as well. It's a very youthful album, and they are young guys, and goddamn, I mean, everyone was talking about it, and I was like, it's not as good. Because I just immediately like went into my like, oh, I'm pretentious, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go listen to this hardcore band. I've been there, done that. Don't care. Because there's millions of hardcore bands. I don't listen to their music. It's just a genre that I don't want to listen to. I don't want to listen to like that shit. I don't want to hear it anymore. It's not my scene. But I every person I respected.
It's totally mine though.
Yeah, every person I respected was like, oh
that shit makes me happy.
Oh my god, it's so good. And I was like, okay. And then I finally listened to it, and I was just like, holy shit, these are bangers. These are catchy fucking banger after banger. Like you just are like, you're the whole time.
I showed it to my oldest daughter. For those that don't know, she's fucking 15. She plays music herself, like she plays guitar and keyboard and shit. Loves doing musicals and everything. So her and I have really connected on music lately.
Nice.
And I played her the very first track off of the Glow Up album, and to watch that kid's fucking eyes light up and like, holy shit. And I was like, you're gonna listen to this a lot. I know you are, because I am. And she was like, the next day she was like, hey, when you take me home, can we listen to that on the way home? And Lynn ended up taking her home, and it bums me out that we didn't get to reconnect on that again the next day.
Right.
But it was such a cool like Christmas moment. That was fucking awesome. That was super cool.
Yeah,
that album fucking rings, man.
That was one that again completely wasn't expecting to even come into my ears, because I'm very particular about shit. And
oh, and if anybody wants like a better look into it outside of just listening to it, check out it's on YouTube, the Turnstile on Seth Meyers.
Oh yeah,
fucking so good, so good.
They did like a 10-minute video. It has like a bunch of songs, a medley of their songs with like visuals. That's, I think, if you want to just get their energy as well and their kind of vibe.
Oh yeah,
they're very unique in that way. But again, they're young and we're not. So
yeah. And that's something that I also did with Iris, was like I played the album for her, and I think we might have been even like halfway through it, and I was like, oh, hang on a second, this will be even cooler. And I pulled up the Seth Meyers fucking show where they played, and she was like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. And then we went like right back into the fucking album, and oh yeah, fuck, that's my number one.
Nice. Well, it was close to my number one. Then that would have been a wild bingo for sure.
Mm-hmm.
matching number one. It's pretty fucking close. I still have 4 albums to get through.
I have 3.
All right, well, let me just hit you with the number 5. Some might say the most important album of the year, and that is the new Limp Bizkit album, Still Sucks. You know, nobody thought I'd really put this in my top 10, but you don't really know me.
I knew 100%.
You thought maybe 10, though, right? No, because this is, again, a completely just... You're not thinking about anything when you're listening to it. It's just straight ridiculous.
You can't, because you got to be a dummy to listen to it, so you don't think about stuff.
They literally have a track where 2 guys go back and forth and insult a band through the whole song. I like that they're completely self-aware of who they are and what they mean to their fans, and also music snobs, and how they're not really a part of the zeitgeist and it doesn't matter. And I like that. That to me, it's a reflection of how I feel now as an older person. Like, I'm not cool anymore. The things that I think are cool are not that cool. Young people don't give a shit, and that's what Limp Bizkit is. That's what they represent.
Yeah,
they're just old dudes. I mean, Fred Durst is like 50 years old, and he's just like rapping ridiculous raps, and you're not supposed to take any of it serious. But at the same time, Wes has really good guitar riffs on it.
Wes is an amazing guitar player. I'll give fucking Borland all the fucking credit in the fucking world. He is an amazing guitar player, but I didn't listen to track 1 off of that album.
The first 3 tracks are like bam, 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 fantastic, and they kind of just, and then you can tell, like, it feels like if you subtract the silly song and then the cover song, it's like an EP basically. It's real short. It's maybe like
I will give credit to Fred Durst for dressing up like every fucking sideline soccer dad, football dad, baseball dad that thinks he's the fucking coach. He pulled that look off fucking like he invented it.
That was a really fun time because, you know, him going viral, semi-viral on TikTok for a bunch of like 14-year-olds that didn't know that he or that band existed. Watching teenagers react to something, rediscovering something like Limp Bizkit, and then commenting on it and enjoying the music and making dance videos, and you're just like, wow, everything weird in my life has gone so full circle. It's just like how I walk around in Berkeley, and all the college kids are wearing giant pants, and they're wearing like faded shirts, and they've got thick chains around their neck, and they all look like how we looked in high school. And I'm just like,
oh, you mean the most embarrassing time of my life?
Well, you're about to be back in fashion, baby. It's happening.
Hooray! I'll still be the fucking sad old man in skinny jeans and a jean jacket.
Yeah, I mean, once you're in your 30s, you kind of just adopt everything you like.
No. You don't adopt it. You give up.
Well, I don't think I just
give up.
I don't give up because I still am very meticulous about the way I look.
You do?
I have a vision of how I want to look, and it has nothing to do with the outside.
I would never have guessed any of that.
Believe it or not.
I'm walking around.
Yeah, so anyway.
That's a Homestar Runner joke, kids.
There are 3 fucking absolute bangers on that album, and they're stupid and they're fun. It's like eating fast food. I don't care what anybody says about it. And I also think that, like, if Limp Bizkit in, like, what year is it? 2022. They were famous in, like, from like 97 to 2001. If you're still mad about that band, you really need to let it go. That was 20 years ago. Like, who gives a shit? They literally don't have like any threat. They haven't been Me Too'd. There's nothing toxic about it. What people would be like, oh, they had that song about like having sex with women and then smashing things, and I'm like, okay, that's That's terrible. Weird music. Weird topic choice for a metal band.
Oh, sorry.
Limp Bizkit is a Taco Bell Choco Taco. I would never eat a Choco Taco. Um,
Yucky.
unless it was like, unless we were referencing something else. Wink, wink. Um. Anyway, it's great, and honestly, because it bothers Wes so much, it kind of makes me like it even more. Shout out to our thread today. That was hilarious. I was fucking taking a shit when that was happening. I was like laughing on the toilet.
Okay, so we had an after work party. It was technically our Christmas party for work. We finally had it, and it wasn't until after we were done with that, a smaller group of us. I think there's maybe like fucking 9 or 10 employees where I work now,
Uh-huh.
which is insane. But yeah, there was like 5 of us that split off, and we went across the street to a bar I hadn't been to in BG, and I had pulled that back up and showed it to Jeb, and he was just like, no. But then I showed him like the rest of it of like getting those shirts for fucking Wes's entire family. And he's like, yeah, that would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't so dirt poor, I would do it in a second. I would send it
Yeah, you
all.
get it, Andy.
Honestly, I also thought, oh, I'll just send one to Cash and tell Cash to just wear it every day. And
Oh, he would too. Yeah.
but it's a $25 shirt, so it's an expensive joke.
Yeah.
Expensive joke. But I added that to a cart, and that was pretty close to checking out for me.
You should have just fucking got it.
I might still. It's London 1888, so
That's theirs?
Yeah, it's his.
Oh shit, I'm buying one at a convention then.
He's making like a lot of more funnier shit lately. I was on.
If I go to Horror Hound this year, I'm definitely picking one up because they're always there.
I haven't bought any of this stuff in so long, and then I was like, oh man, that's fun.
I had no idea that would have been a London 1888 fucking shirt, dude. That's maybe like Meth Syndicate or something, but not London.
Yeah, it's in the
fucking
same
awesome.
It's the same realm. And he posted it today, and he was like, I don't think I'll ever top this one or something like that. And
That is so fucking funny.
I was like, but I'm like into it, like for like different reasons. And I was like, because I have vintage Limp Bizkit T-shirt in my fucking eBay saved, just waiting for. But the problem with that is like because they were such cringe lords and had such awful taste in everything, all of their T-shirts are horrible.
Except for the one that's just their like cartoon heads in a straight line.
Yeah, but the problem with that is like it's on a weird color. Like all those throwback T-shirts on a maroon or like a green.
It was a maroon. It was a fucking maroon shirt.
I'm not gonna be walking around in that. I could probably.
And I'll tell you what, that's one of the main reasons I don't wear the fucking no use for a name shirt that I have, is because one, it's fucking maroon, and the print is like the thickest fucking print on the planet. And I wore it one summer, and it was the most miserable fucking piece of clothing I've ever had on my body. It fucking pissed me off. That one and my One King Down shirt are the two shirts that I cannot wear. The One King Down shirt, I'm not shitting you, it has a rectangle that fucking big on the back that's black and white, and it's painful. It is fucking painful. And I think that shirt is also maroon.
Yeah. When it comes to especially vintage stuff, it's got to be a faded black.
Yeah.
Just to match my whole aesthetic and stuff. I would maybe do like a gray, but you know, if it's too old, it's going to be stained. Even though some of vintage stuff has stains on it. But anyways, it's completely off topic. But I'm like, I actually like, I've come to just terms with like, I think Limp Bizkit's fun and I don't care. I'm not gonna be like, I even like, I was so down the rabbit hole. I went back and I listened to some Korn records and I just didn't get into it. There's a lot of that new metal stuff. And I was talking to this Sean dude, who I used to work with about it. We were talking on Twitter one day and I was like, telling him, I was like, I went back and I revisited a lot of like the big the big new metal bands and their biggest albums. And I would say like each one of them has like one or two really good songs, and then the rest is on the verge of unlistenable at times. Just so cringy.
And that's the thing, like
so bad.
even those good songs are just good songs. They're not bangers. They're not.
Well, I feel like
in my opinion, they're not.
I feel like there's a couple songs on the first Korn record, and maybe even the second record. There's some really good writing on there. System of a Down has some really good.
That shit.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's a hard listen. I won't lie, but like System of a Down has some good songs, but I can't just listen to a full System of a Down album. It just doesn't sound good to me. But they do have some songs that are really catchy and fucking slap, and I would never take that away from them.
That second record, you could hand it to me and be like, "Hey, put this CD in your fucking CD player," and I'd probably break it in front of you because I don't want to fucking listen to it.
I would say something different. I would say, I don't have a CD player. I don't own one, and I'm sorry.
There's also that.
I have boxes full of CDs and nothing to play them with.
Andy says Last Resort slaps, LOL.
Oh yeah, Last Resort. I mean, yeah, good for them. They had one song. The rest of their songs are impossible. You can't sit through any of it. It's like a pop song. Again, like it's like getting mad about Steve Winwood or something, like or like who's a fucking. It's like a George Michael song. You mad at George Michael? He wrote fucking catchy pop songs. And if you released it right now, I'd go, I don't want to hear that. But like it's all very heavily time stamped, and that's why I like a new Limp Bizkit record, because it's completely self-aware and in on its own thing. They're not trying to make an album that's like, this is a comeback album, baby. We're gonna the world. They're just writing dumb shit and doing dumb riffs so they can go tour and make some money for their kids and shit. And I'm all about it. I'm all about any old band, especially old.
They got to buy their kids shoes. I get it.
Any band, I don't care unless it's Kid Rock.
Shout out to Kid Rock. You giant piece of fucking shit.
If you're an old rocker in a band and you're writing new music, God bless you. And you're touring and stuff, good for you. I'm happy for your success. Even if I don't like your music, I'm happy. You're kicking it with Head P. Chris, are you on your wife's account? Are you checking her DMs?
No, Abby really likes Head PE.
Abby, she's a big fan of the fucking Broke album.
All right, so my first honorable mention, you actually mentioned these guys earlier, is Fucked Up's Year of the Horse. I don't know if you spent any time with these albums.
I tried to get through it. But
it's what, 7? It's 7 albums.
I don't know. I listened to some of it and I was like, it's a lot.
It's like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, all the way to 7, I believe. But it's like classical music mixed with hardcore punk, and it fucking rules. It's really cool. It's definitely an odd step for them, but when you actually like sit and listen to it, you're like, oh, this really isn't that crazy outside of their world. But it's really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. I was super surprised by it, but it didn't make the cut, so it's an honorable.
Yeah. And to answer Chris's question, or Abby, I do.
Let's just say it's Abby because that's funnier.
I do still enjoy a fair amount of Head PE songs, especially the ones that are all about statutory rape, because they have no joke about 5 of them. So yeah, my number 4 is the new Twin Shadow album, self-titled. Twin Shadow. Twin Shadow's been one of my favorite artists for like the last 10 years. Always has an interesting, different sound on each album, but still kind of maintaining a similar thing. He's a very great songwriter, writes really good pop songs. I'm surprised he's not writing songs for bigger artists, and maybe he is on the low, who knows. how he makes more money. But this album's got like a tropical vibe to it at times. Sometimes you feel like you're listening to like Paul Simon or something. That name slipped my brain for a second. You know how Paul Simon was just like stealing all of those whole Afrocentric sounds.
Who's Paul Simon?
Paul Simon.
Who is he?
Simon and Garfunkel.
I was trying to be funny, and it didn't work.
Okay, fair enough. Anyways,
I know Paul Simon. Everyone.
does he?
Call me your tits.
Lone Star, one of the songs on the album, was probably my favorite song of the year, which is saying a lot. A lot of other really good songs on the album, but like Lone Star, just immediately, I listened to it like 40 times in a row, just like over and over and over again as soon as I heard it.
Nice.
Fantastic. Twin Shadow is great. All of his albums are good. Go back and listen to all of his albums. He did a whole cover series where he did cover songs on YouTube, which they're phenomenal covers as well. If you're interested.
Just because we're talking about music and covers, and it's just a one-off, how awesome is that Goodbye Horses Crosses fucking cover?
That's good. I like Chino's vocals. I hope that's kind of like a hint of where the new stuff will
I hope
sound
so
like.
too. It's so fucking awesome.
It's similar but different, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
With any Chino side project, I don't want to feel like I'm listening to a Deftones record. So Crosses at times still had a little bit of that, especially when they did like the heavy stuff with a little screaming.
Yeah. But I think what hit the most, and I, like you said, I hope it bleeds into the rest of what they're gonna do. But he's kind of limited to what he's doing because he has to follow the cadence of a song covering it.
Right.
And there's a lot more going on in that song than any fucking Crosses song. But yeah, I really hope it's more fucking like sing-songy, eccentric album for them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And I'm hoping maybe there's a couple more covers on there too. I'd be interested to hear what they do.
If I were to have a most anticipated albums of this year, that would be it, because it's the only thing I can think of. Next, I have another rippity rap album.
My turn.
I thought you just went.
No.
But it's fine, because how many do you have left?
You just did Twin Shadows.
How many do you have left?
I have 2.
All right, go.
My second honorable mention is Every Time I Die's Radical album.
Don't know it.
It was really fucking good.
Only thing I associate Every Time I Die with is Josh Nye. And then every time when he comments something on music, I'm just like, I always just like, that's my throwaway thing. I'm like, why don't you go listen to Every Time I Die or something? And he'll always be like, they're really good. And I'm like, yeah, sure they are, you nerd.
Yeah, they're really fucking good. I like fucking Every Time I Die.
I just don't like saying it. It's a little too dark for me.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Next up.
Also, we've been on for almost an hour, and we're not even through music yet.
Well, we're about to be, because I technically, my number 2 was Turnstile, so I only have 2 left.
Okay.
My number 3 was the new Cadence Weapon album, Parallel World. Cadence Weapon's been one of my favorite rappers. He's from Canada. All the good rappers are from Canada. He's really smart in a simple way. His music is you turn it on, you go, oh, this is just pretty simple, and then you listen to it a couple of times and you go, oh, this is really smart. Oh, everything he's saying. It's like, again, very smart rap without rhyming 140 syllable words together, which I can't get into. Ghost, the song Ghost on there, fantastic. On Me is one of the better songs. He's just really, I love the way his voice sounds. I've loved him ever since I randomly heard one of his songs. I don't remember. He had a song from like 10 years ago called Conditioning, and I was like, it immediately went into my like gym playlist, and I've liked him ever since. He's fantastic. Really, really good. All of his stuff is really good. Very smart.
What's he go by?
Cadence Weapon. He's Canadian.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. It's great.
And then my last honorable mention is the Bronx 6 album, VI. It's actually really, really fucking good.
BX all day.
I guess I had a little more hardcore on there than I thought I did.
Oh, you're so cool.
I didn't even think about any of that.
Such a hardcore list from a hardcore guy.
I'm getting on a flight to come punch you in the face.
I would love that. It would be worth the punch. Come say
I'm not even visiting. I'm just there to punch you, and then I get back on a flight.
You'll get COVID.
Probably.
All right. This is the all right. So deep breath. Another Canadian artist. This is the best album of the year. I don't care what anyone says. If you haven't heard it, you need to
The only kind that exists, Andy.
You need to immediately turn it on, especially if you are, well, if you're a rap fan, and especially if you are a industrial fan, if you are a metal fan, if you are a fan of anything interesting and dark, this is it. This is
go on.
Yeah, this is
it's Limp Bizkit again, isn't it?
Limp Bizkit again. Oh my God, I gotcha. That would have been good. This is a Canadian rapper who goes by the name of Backwash. She is a trans Canadian rapper. She had an album that came out, I think 2 years ago.
Her name sounds like a drag queen name.
The album is called I Lie Here With My Rings and My Dresses.
What's that? Talking to the dog.
Oh, did you hear what I said? The album is called I Lie Here With My Rings and My Dresses. And I would say anybody who starts to listen to it, skip the first 2 tracks. The first track is just like a guy repeating this thing about pain over and over again. And then the second song is just okay. Immediately start it at I Lie Here With My Rings and My Dresses, because it's going to knock, if you will like it, because out the gate, it has black metal style hook vocals. And it's not like, because there's trap metal out there where all of these bands and rappers are doing like this stupid, like, heavy trap rapping. It's not like that. It's dark. And I don't mean that just from the sound, the fact that she uses a lot of industrial beats and a lot of guitars. But I'm saying from a lyric standpoint, listen to it once and then try to sit with some of the lyrics. It's bleak and it's tough because obviously, well, not obviously, but she is a black trans woman. So all of the lyrics deal with a lot of that sort of stuff. Also drug use, depression, suicide, sex. There's a lot going on, but it's just banger. I actually listen to that at the gym because it's the same thing with the Turnstile, where like a lot of times if I'm especially when I'm editing photos, I'm listening to stuff, and then all of a sudden I catch myself and I'm just like this the whole time, and it's just like nah. blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, this shit fucking slaps. And I just keep doing that.
Nice.
I do that the entire time that album is on. And then go, like, just enjoy it from music and then just sit with the lyrics because Jesus Christ, man. She's hitting you with some really hard to hear stuff because
I'm looking forward to checking that one out then.
oh my God. And I don't really like going to shows. I haven't been this excited about an artist since I first heard Zeal and Ardor, where I thought I heard something that just hit me so right here, where that's exactly what I like.
Yeah.
Why I needed to hear something exactly like this right now, and that's why I tweeted the other day. I tweeted that she had the best album of the year, and then my dream tour would be her and Zeal and Ardor. I just think that would be such a killer show. But if she comes to the Bay, I'm gonna go because, and I don't like shows, and I don't like concerts very much.
Oh, yeah.
But I might risk COVID to see it. She wears big white. Well, she is right now in her current, because I think in the last album she was dressing slightly different. Black face paint, white shit, and big white hair, and it's metal. It's all metal aesthetics, but it doesn't feel like I said, like the trap metal guys who are trying to like blend like genres together to try to make it something. It just feels very natural. It doesn't feel forced. It just feels like this is who she is and this is how she needs to get her pain across in this way. It doesn't sound like she's like, oh, I'm going to make some black metal sounds or I'm going to do this.
Right.
It just sounds like this is like, I want to make something that sounds like this, and it just, oh man, it slaps so hard.
I don't know.
And like, it's the kind of thing that, like, you know, my girlfriend would not want to sit through. Same with Zeal and Ardor. She doesn't like that kind of vocals and stuff. But it's only a couple songs with that. But again, even when she's just straight rapping, it's still like this the whole time. I'm just like,
oh yeah.
I'm sponging it in. It's so fantastic. And it's a quick listen, maybe a little over 20 minutes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the albums I picked this year were pretty short.
Maybe I'll make everybody at work listen to it tomorrow.
You should listen to this album and then get back to me and then let me know what you think because it's fucking. Again, I haven't heard anything that I was just like blown away by because again, like I'm old and I've heard it all. I've heard it all, baby.
I know I'll probably listen to it on the way to work tomorrow, but I might make everybody at work listen to it also.
Oh, they'll hate it. Especially when she's rapping about selling drugs to pay for her hormones.
Hell yeah. All right, where are we going next?
Well, I'm going to list out real quick my honorable mentions. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to list them. Not even going to name the albums. I'm just going to say the artist names in a row. West Side Gun. I did like the new Iron Maiden and the new Exodus album. Both of those good. Exodus is better than Iron Maiden, just so you know.
I forgot. I remembered Iron Maiden, but I forgot Exodus did. My bad. Love you.
Wolves in the Throne Room, also good. Love that band. I like the Deaf Heaven album, even though everybody on the internet hates it.
Infinite Granite is a good album, and it was very close to being on my list.
Tyler, the Creator, new album, good.
I will say the Wolves in the Throne Room and the fucking Deaf Heaven probably would have, if I had known that we were definitely doing a top 10.
My fault.
You blew it.
Yeah, blew it. There is a band called Sadness. Heavy album, pretty cool. ESTG, rapper, singer, Erica I can't pronounce these names. Erica DeCazier, very good. Jasmine Sullivan, everybody knows who she is. Genghis Tron, you got to go with the group that's sort
Genghis Tron put on an album last year? How the fuck did I miss that?
I don't know. And of course, JPEG Mafia almost snuck. Would have been in my top 10, but I can't have 11 and 10. So, and then Cemetery.
when I was in Hubcap, we were supposed to play a show with Genghis Tron and BG at fucking Howard's,
I
and
was
we ended up playing that show. There was a huge snowstorm, and fucking Genghis Tron's van broke down, so we didn't get to play with them. But we played with Clouds, which was one or two of the dudes from
I think it was just
Cave-In.
the one. I think it was just what's his face.
It was the one dude, yeah.
I saw
Because
them. I saw
what was
them.
the other band that started? Started with a Z.
Zozabra.
Yeah, Those Bro was the other one.
You saw them on that tour? That was gotta be that was like 2000.
No, we didn't play with Zorzoba, but we played with Clouds that night.
Oh, okay.
Clouds ended up playing,
'Cause
and me and the dude from I can't. It was the guitar player or the bass player
bass player who died from
that
Cave-In.
was in Clouds.
No, in Zozabra.
Well, it was the guitar player
Adam,
then.
Adam something is the guitar player from Cave-In who's in Clouds.
Yeah. So he and I, he was like, he had lit up a cigarette in Howard's, and it was like right at the time where you couldn't smoke inside anymore.
Uh-huh.
And everybody looked at him and was like, "Oh shit!" And he put it out, and I was like, "Dude, fucking follow me." And we went to the bathroom and smoked a cigarette
In French.
because that's where everybody smokes cigarettes inside at. It's fucking Howard's.
And then you guys French kissed.
I could have.
You blew it.
I blew it.
Yeah.
Not him, but it.
I saw Zozabra, R.I.P. Caleb, and Clouds in Chinatown, I think in 2007.
Nice.
Yeah, in Chinatown, L.A. I took
Jesus Christ, I think 2006 or 7 was the exact same time that we played with fucking Cloud.
Yeah, I took my ex. We went. I remember Zozabra was so loud. We're in a tiny club in Chinatown. Zozabra was so loud because Clouds is different. They were doing like some kind of like weird rock stuff.
Yeah, it was like kind of flighty.
Yeah, it was. But Zozabra was just straight metal, very heavy. And like she actually.
That album's really good.
We actually left because she felt sick because it was so loud and so heavy.
No shit.
Speakers were just like rattling her brain. She'd never been to a real metal show, and she felt sick. And I was like, oh god,
that's amazing.
We had to leave. I was kind of sad, but I got to see Cave-In a bunch of times with Caleb. So,
oh yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna take a pee real quick.
Let's do TV shows. Should be faster. I don't have as many. Adam is in Clouds. Thanks, Chris. Chris, why are you on your wife's account? Did you lose your phone in the toilet again?
Sorry, I had to pee.
Get out of here. Let's do TV show.
Cool, that was next on my list.
I don't have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 that I felt important, and then I have 5 just quickies.
All right. Well, I have a top 5, and then I have 3 honorables. So
hot. I'll start.
Okay.
Let's see if we get some. We're probably gonna get a bingo on this one.
There's probably a few bingos.
Bingos. Just remember in the chat, if you hear a bingo, you hit them hearts, people. Otherwise, it's not a bingo. First and foremost, Wellington Paranormal, which technically everybody knows is a 2018 show from whatever. But guess what? In the United States, that release date was last year. That show fucking hilarious. Some of the dumbest. We're getting hearts. I didn't see a bingo. There was no bingo there, right? No bingo. Fantastic.
But it was Andy, so it's whatever.
Again, it's an offshoot of What We Do in the Shadows, the movie. It's very New Zealandy. It's fucking hilarious. The two cops, especially the guy, his dialogue and his reaction.
Just so people know, those two cops are in probably one of the funniest scenes in What We Do in the Shadows movie, where where they're fighting and they're like up on the ceiling, and they come in and they're, oh yeah, nothing, it's fine, everything's fine.
I love that dude so much. The one guy cop, and the way they write his dialogue, because he's so dumb. On another level, fucking funny. That's my favorite show. If you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max. I think there's 2 seasons. They're both really short. You can burn through that shit in like
very quickly.
a night and a half. I say, do it right now. If you're not doing anything, don't watch us. Go watch that right now.
You'll probably have to watch it twice because it is New Zealand.
Just watch it with the captions on. If you can't catch
Yeah,
it,
they speak very, very quickly, and it's very thick accents.
Yeah,
very thick.
I think you know, having seen What We Do in the Shadows, the movie, a couple times, kind of prepped me for it. Or I also watched a lot of Taika Waititi interviews, so I'm hip.
Oh, you got it all figured out.
Hi, Zach. The show was Wellington Paranormal. Was my first pick. You missed the whole hour and 20 minutes of
music.
So now you'll never know what to listen to.
All right, so my number 5 was Hawkeye. I was not expecting to enjoy a Hawkeye show as much as I enjoyed that fucking Hawkeye show.
You know why you liked it so much?
Why?
Because you have kids, and you sucker. It's true.
That's probably true. I just wanted him to get home for Christmas.
He's like a dad hero. I watched it and I was like, oh, this dad is just really taking his time wrapping this shit up.
Yeah. No, it was really, really good. I really liked it. I like the girl in that show that plays Kate.
Haley Steinfeld, right?
I think so. Because she was super good in the Bumblebee movie, which I didn't think I was gonna like that either. But it's actually pretty good.
Remake of True Grit with Jeff Bridges when she was very young.
Yeah, she was like 7 or 8 in that fucking movie.
That's what she peaked for me as an actress.
She's fucking awesome in fucking Hawkeye.
That's not a bingo. It's not on my list.
You fucking dipshit. All right, go.
I just now realized all of my shows, except for one, are comedies, which you wouldn't expect.
I got quite a few comedies.
Anyways,
I think the next.
Lotus. I guess White Lotus is considered a comedy and also like a drama. It's a dramedy. White Lotus was the fucking.
It's in the fucking comedy genre section. It's actually in like 5 or 6 different fucking sections on HBO Max.
It makes sense. It was such a curveball, not expecting this kind of show. I remember even watching the trailer and I was like, what is this shit even about? It's about a fucking resort. I was like, I don't want to watch that. But I still
haven't watched it yet. I'm a scum. I get it.
It's a nonstop like flaming of white privilege. It's a nice commentary on the service industry and how shitty people treat them. It's about class, all this stuff, and it's funny and it's dark. And Steve Zahn is super old now, and he reminded me so much of my dad from like 15 years ago. It was weirding me the fuck out. And
he did look wicked old in fucking 8-Bit Christmas too.
Yeah, well, he's an old guy now.
I'm gonna answer this real quick. Marco asked or said I didn't know she could beat Kingpin so easily, but Daredevil couldn't. Daredevil doesn't have trick arrows, bro.
Also, Daredevil, when he fought him, was like
I don't know.
just in his sweats at that point. He had given up his cool outfit. You have to fight well. You have to have a cool outfit. You have to have a costume with
There's also that, I guess.
padding.
We don't make the rules, we just enforce them.
Yeah, I mean, she shot him with some fucking gadgets. It's not like she was like, if she was fist fighting him and like took him down, I'd be like, oh, that's a weird turn.
Yeah.
She's strong.
He did break an arrow off in his torso.
Yeah, and I believe he's like extra fucking strong on this show and wearing Hawaiian shirts and stuff, whatever.
It's a Hawaiian Christmas. It's a Don Ho Christmas.
One last thing about White Lotus was the dude who played like the manager of the hotel. The actor's name is, I had to Google it. Murray Bartlett was so good on that show. I hope he gets an Emmy nomination. I honestly a win because he was so fantastic. He was so unhinged, and towards the end of that show, I was like, shave his mustache off, and he could be a quality Joker, like an older Joker, quality Joker. He's got the face for it. He's got the intensity. If I was doing a Batman where they're a little older, I would cast that dude in a heartbeat.
Nice. So my number 4, I put it on the list because I probably watched it like 5 or 6 times through already in its entirety, is the second season of I Think You Should Leave.
Hmm.
I think that, yeah, that shit is fucking hilarious.
Never saw it.
It's,
but no, no, that's not true. I think I started the first 2 episodes of it, and then I stopped watching it because something else, and I've been meaning to go back to it, but I will.
It's fucking funny.
I'll get back to it.
It's a good time.
I promise.
Fair enough.
That's all you have to say? It's funny?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it 5 fucking times. It's great. It's on my list.
I guess that's an endorsement. Next.
I'm trying to move things along.
Reservation Dogs.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
It's not on your list?
That's not a Bringo, but it was very close.
Oh, my God. One of the best shows of last year. So brilliant, so funny, so cool to watch a show from different perspectives. Any show or any movie that's told from a marginalized group that normally doesn't get their voice heard is refreshing to watch. Like, just you feel like you're watching something new, even though it's still formulaic in television, blah blah blah. 3-act structure, whatever. But so funny and so great. Cast was great. Everyone was so fucking good. And the dude, William Knifeman, the unknown warrior, the shirtless guy, the shirtless
fucking shout out, dude.
on the fucking horse. Those cry laughing.
When he's pissing next to the dumpster is probably one of the funniest fucking things on the planet.
He's like talking
because he's like,
and shit.
It's the kids. It's the kid fucking like seeing it, but he acts like he's being caught. Like, oh hey, I didn't see you there. Like he's just been there waiting, and like I've waited so long, I gotta take a piss now. It's super fucking funny.
Yeah, his calls and stuff, the way he does his line delivery and shit is so funny. I actually wrote funniest character on any TV show last year, and maybe in years. Funniest new character, funniest shit that I think the only thing I think on TV that's for me is funny is the dog on Big Mouth, the Nick Kroll cartoon. There's a dog on there.
Oh, right on.
The dog named Ludacris.
Yeah.
It cracks me up every time. And they did a whole backstory episode, and it kind of ruined it for me, but like, that's also like just, I like I like one simple like routine jokes that are done so well. But yeah, not to compare that man to a cartoon dog, but um, very fucking funny. One of the best shows. Listing this top
Fuck
10
yeah.
of the only shows I watch a series with Justin recommends. Justin recommendations are the only good shows to watch.
There you go, kids.
Rainbow.
So my number 3 is a fairly long-running series. It's the last season now, fucking season 15. Fucking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I haven't finished. I was just watching that tonight while I ate Popeye's chicken. I haven't finished.
Jesus Christ, that fucking show
I'm
is
only up
so
to
good.
I'm only up to episode 5, so no spoilers.
Oh, okay. It's just fuck. Are they in Ireland yet?
Yeah, it's first episode of them there. They just got
Okay. Okay, then I can't say any more than I want to. But it definitely goes into some some fucking killer jokes.
I mean,
But they also managed to do one of the saddest fucking things ever, like they did.
That sounds like a spoiler to me. I wasn't mentally prepared for sad.
It's not because it's not the end of the season. Like they ended that season 14 on like that dance routine.
Yeah, which made me cry.
Like Danny DeVito fucking ball and that shit made me fucking cry.
Yeah, I will.
But there is a scene towards the end that really hit, and I was really surprised by that. But then it gets silly again, and it's super fun. Great fucking show, great fucking season, and it was enjoyable.
I'm just now because I've kind of I've weaned down a lot of shows, so now I'm kind of started like. Again, I guarantee that Pen 15 would have made my list in some way, but I haven't gone to the new season because I'm playing catch up with a lot of the half-hour comedies right now. Because there was a lot of new shows this year, and it's hard to watch them all, you know? The pressure of nothing for no reason. There's no reason to have anxiety about these meaningful things, but
not even for a second.
I do. All right. Could this be a bingo? What We Do in the Shadows. Again, banger of all bangers.
That is a bringo.
Goddamn right. Finally. Jesus.
That was my number 1.
This is my number 2. What We Do in the Shadows. Again, perfect fucking show. Perfect half-hour comedy, the best ensemble comedy on TV.
No hearts. Oh, there they go.
You can't argue it with me. There is nothing funnier. There's nothing smarter. In that kind of like silly, zany, there's nothing like it. That show, what they do so well, especially in this new season, they manage to, and they have an ensemble cast with multiple characters. And what they do is so well is they progress. Each character like has a growth through the season, but you don't feel like it's like, oh, this is just like a one character episode or one.
Yeah.
Like the way they do it, it feels really fluid, and
they definitely have a handle on splitting the difference.
Yeah, I feel like obviously with the Colin Robinson stuff towards the end. But what that was for me, it was like that was also a Laszlo growth thing too, because he was so different the whole season. And you don't find that out until the end, and you're noticing it through the whole season why he's being so nice and kind, and then you find out, and then it's like, oh shit, it has such an emotional impact on you. And then the stuff with Nandor, his progression and stuff, but that pushing that stuff, bouncing back off Guillermo, bouncing back off everyone else, and then all of the ridiculous stuff with the doll.
Maybe you can answer this question, because Jeb and I were talking about it earlier tonight.
Yeah.
What did Colin Robinson call Guillermo's turds in the fucking bucket? He asked him if he would like leave him something, and I cannot remember his reference towards fucking wanting to dig through Guillermo's shit. Because that was like the one thing that I loved about it is they made fucking Colin Robinson so gross at the beginning of the season. And it got like progressively weirder towards the end of it.
I'd have to Google that one. I don't remember, but
My favorite Colin Robinson line out of the entire fucking season was the siren episode at the very end where he turns the radio on and it's her fucking singing and he's like, "Could you leave? I'm gonna masturbate now."
that was good. It did have a bit of a Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of ending where you kind of rooting for the way things are going, and then they kind of turn it on your head and go, womp womp, it doesn't go the way it should. And I go, damn it. But I still loved it, and I love every single character so fucking much. Like it's
the Nadia episode where she's chasing her fucking ghost around, and it goes inside the giant inflatable rat was super fucking funny. Nandor wanting to be a human was probably one of the funniest fucking things I've seen in a long fucking time.
What was the is it the Baron?
Oh my god, the fucking Baron episode. Where he's when they're chasing down like the ancient one or whatever they fucking call it. And he's in the power wheel.
And then they have like that little dog thing, and they're like they take them out to like some random house, and they live there together with the golden retriever, which is a hellhound. That stuff is like very on the fucking zany, like silly level. But
I love that the hellhound is like one of the nicest dogs on.
But like because the show's so good, that's not a thing. If they would have compacted all of that silliness into one episode, it would have been too much. But that's an accumulated of 3 different storylines, and then you get to kind of see a little moment there. But yeah, when they were chasing around that toy store or that department store, and he's in the fucking car or whatever, and I was like, oh my god. And again, his dialogue is so funny.
And he's so excited about it. Like,
I was so happy that they brought him back because that shit was fucking funny. And again, it's not what you expect, because you expect him to wake up and he's gonna be like mad and want to kill them.
Yeah.
It's not. He's like so
exactly. Like, I really thought it was gonna be like some like weird turn where he's like, oh, now there's gonna be like all these fucking vampires and Guillermo's really gonna have to step up, and that completely fucking 180'd into, hey guys, remember me? I wasn't dead when you buried me. Let's hang out.
Yeah. Again, best comedy. That was the 3rd season, yeah? 3rd season.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, watch it right now. You'll fucking die. It's the best. It's the best shit you can digest, especially binging. Like if you want something just to burn.
Oh yeah.
That's an always go-to right
And
there.
now is probably the best time if you haven't ever seen it before. Now is the time to do it, where you got 3 full fucking seasons to sit through.
All right. That was
my number
bingo.
Yes, that was our Bringo. My number 2 was Midnight Mass.
Hey, that was in my honorable mentions, so it's an honorable mention bingo.
Honorable Bringo. Dude, that show was fucking super dope. I was really stoked on all of it. And I didn't watch Hill House. I didn't watch fucking Bly Manor.
Oh, then
but I watched Midnight Mass and I enjoyed the shit out of it.
You're lucky because those shows are boring.
Yeah.
Especially what was the second one? I don't remember. The second one, Bly Manor.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! One of the worst things. One of the most boring. I wish Joe Russo was on here, so he could defend that guy. But one of the most boring. Jesus Christ! Just nothing.
We don't have to talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
Only
It's
about
boring.
the bad shows from 2 years ago.
No. Go to your next pick.
But no, I do want to say that about Midnight Mass. that's the first thing from that director that I thought was good. He's done movies too. Uh,
Yeah.
Again, casting his wife in a lead, Rob Zombie style. But
Oh
whatever.
boy.
Whatever.
But
They're a
I
team.
will say to that, she's a million times less irritating than fucking Cherry
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. I'll
He
allow
could
it.
cast her in whatever, and I would forget every time that that's his wife.
There are, though, on that show, why it's not in my top, because there are moments on that show where that dude does that thing that he does where he just like has characters fucking talk to each other but never get to the point for minutes on end.
Yeah.
Especially in weird situations where like if you and I were having a conversation and like something weird was happening, we would not be like, well, this reminds me of like 10
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
I'm going to tell you some backstory that's going to help you with my. And then just like, shut the fuck. Get to the goddamn point. There's weird shit happening. Like,
Yeah.
I get
We're
it.
not going to have an exposition talk.
A lot of people like that stuff, and that's fine. But like for me, it's like I literally just pull up. Every time two characters are in a room in that show, I just start looking on Instagram. Because I
That's
was like,
fair.
I don't need to.
Fair.
Whatever's happening, I don't give a shit. Like they're not telling you any plot information.
Yeah.
They're just giving.
And I'll admit, like, when it first started, I think, like, halfway through the first episode, I was just like, I'm probably not going to finish this. And I was like, fucking too bored to change the channel or get up, I guess.
No,
And by,
it
like,
had
the
some
middle of
strong
the
stuff.
second episode, I was like, okay, I'm kind of invested. And then, like, I'm already in the middle of the third episode, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch all of this.
Well, the show hinges on the performance of the dude who plays the main preacher. He was
Yes.
so good and so strong and so believable in his convictions and everything that he did, which is very silly. But
And
because
then I know we had this talk about how much I like that dude's performance that I wanted him. I still like. I want him to be Mr. Sinister in a fucking X-Men movie. I want that guy to play Mr. Sinister. I think he would do such a fucking great job.
just tell him to tweet and tag Marvel in it and
Well,
give it to him.
and this is what we talked about. It was mainly because of the way that he was literally preaching. And I feel like that's what Sinister would do, is like preach his motives, because he's such a like weird and gross fucking character where he just wants everybody to be dead, like mutants and humans alike. Like he wants them to be dead, and I feel like he would have like some romanticized fucking religious idea on why he would want that to happen, and I feel like that dude could deliver on that.
Yeah, okay. I'll allow it. I think that's a fine recommendation. He was the strongest part of the show, and it's in my honorable mentions. And I also didn't. Again, we talked about this, but I didn't like the long blood sucking. So uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like a dog like licking at a wound or something, and I was just like, if they were trying to make me sit, then yeah, it worked. It made me.
I mean, it should be a pretty thing. So there's that.
I guess this is my last main pick. I have a couple of mentions. My Marvel show is Wanda Vision.
Oh, nice.
Wanda Vision is
I
still
honestly forgot that that was out this last year.
one of the
It
yeah. I mean,
felt like it was 2020.
yeah. They knocked a lot of shows out last year. WandaVision. Well, not. I guess that was WandaVision. Was it then Falcon, then Loki, then Hawkeye? Right?
Yes.
4 shows. Pretty impressive. Impressive.
And what's next? She-Hulk or Moon Knight?
I don't know which one comes first, but those are
I
down the
I
pipeline.
think She-Hulk comes first, but I feel like it might actually be Moon Knight, because they're doing more reveals for Moon Knight. They released like that teaser trailer
Perhaps. I don't really know. They have a lot of shows coming, and I haven't even started fucking Boba Fett. Or
I just watched the second
what
episode
I like to call it
today
is
or
Boba
last night.
Fat. Because he's fat.
He is.
Fat and old piece of shit wearing a dress.
Am I right?
What kind of war in the stars is that? But anyways, back to WandaVision.
That's how you lose a Star Wars.
WandaVision was still, to this date, even with everything that's come out, is the most unique, different, I would say, not original because it's not original content, but like it hangs outside of the normal MCU routines.
Yeah.
Production design, the throwbacks to all the different decades and styles of TV shows. People got really hung up on who was causing what, but like those sets that they built.
We got hung up on that. We fucking had our own predictions for that and was way fuck off.
And that was so well done, and also so beautiful. What is grief if not love persevering? Hello, one of the most like in the moment, take your breath away with that fucking whatever writer wrote that. He probably just, I mean, I hope his wife or husband sucked his or her dick or clit. Whoever wrote it, like I hope, because you deserve money and oral.
Here's what he did. Here's what they did. This is what they did.
Yeah.
Is they immediately saved that to the cloud, picked up their laptop, threw it on the ground, and fucking left. They're like, I can't do better than this.
That I mean, it's now become it's like a pop culture.
I'm listening.
The pop culture fucking quote. One of the best in all of the MCU movies. And it really hit. It really fucking hit in that moment. And it's wild to me that we just like casually live in a time where Paul Bettany is just Vision on a TV show. Like, and it's great. It's such a weird thing. It's a weird time to be alive when you could just, you have that as like casual, like throwaway content to digest and then move on. It's just like, oh, Paul Bettany plays the Vision on a TV show about the Vision. Wild times. And I
wish I would have remembered that it started last year, because again, that's one of those shows that feels like it was fucking forever ago.
Believe it or not. That's it.
You sang it again.
Yeah.
Call that a callback, kids.
Did you do your honorable mentions?
I'm on my honorable mentions right now.
Hit me.
My first one is Loki.
Loki. It's Loki.
I thought Loki was fucking good.
It was good.
It was a lot of fun.
I liked the least, but it was not the case.
Yeah, by the end of that, the visuals got like super dynamic and fucking big. Like that show felt like it was supposed to be really small, and then it went to big places. And I was very happy.
They actually had to split it. They're gonna do another season
which is awesome.
They had to
I
cut
hope
it
they
short
do.
because of COVID. So
yeah,
they had to. That's why it felt so wrapped up so quick, and it did feel that way. That's the negative about the season.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got upset about that it felt super rushed, and I mean, it makes sense that they had to. But I wasn't into the first episode, but I knew I was gonna watch all of it no matter what. Because
sucker, you a sucker.
I am
Marvel teat.
I am suckling at that Marvel teat and drinking its comic booky goodness. But yeah, so Loki is an honorable mention for me.
I'm gonna throw Squid Game in there. Squid Game was
Fuck.
the
Forgot
fucking
about.
was randomly the zeitgeisty moment of last year, where it was a show that everyone watched, from celebrities to nobodies, which is such
Yeah,
a weird thing of all the
isn't
shows
that
that
crazy?
exist. And that was the one that connected with everybody. And
Sorry.
I'll tell you why.
Read Andy's comment real quick.
Yeah, he misspelled the comic. Um, Squid Game, and you know why everyone liked it is because most people are poor, so they watch
Hmm.
that and they go, "Oh, I get it. I know what it feels like to do anything to get out of my situation. I feel that struggle." That's why it resonated with everyone. And knowing that there are people out there so rich that they could solve everyone's problems with a fucking snap of the finger, and that they don't,
Yeah.
is the world that we live in. So yeah, it was a good show.
What? Fuck. Absolutely. Um, Another honorable mention was Invincible.
Hey, that's a bingo. That's in my honorable.
Bringo for honorables.
Invincible cartoon mustache.
Um, Cash was super cool enough to let me borrow the fucking compendium of like the first
Oh,
like 20 some fucking issues or whatever.
a lot of issues.
Basically what they used for the show.
Right.
Uh, After reading it, because I watched it before I read it, and that sounds awful because I knew what Invincible was before that, and I had been wanting to read it for a while.
It's not awful. Who gives a shit?
I do, because I should have read it a long time ago. But
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You were busy doing other cool things. You were.
there were definitely noticeable changes, but they're not that drastic and they're not that outlandish. Like the changes they made for the show make sense for the show from the book, just to like drive exactly what's going on home.
Right.
And the few things that they added into the show that like really hype it up, uh, with like what is it, Bloodstone, the demon detective,
Oh yeah.
is very minute, almost non-existent in the amount of the comic that they used for the first season, but it makes sense why they did it for the show. And yeah, I, at times the artwork is real shitty. Like it's real fucking like,
I mean,
oh,
honestly,
we hammered this out, but there's certain times where the artwork is fucking incredible. The gore is fucking incredible.
stylistically, the cartoon does nothing for me. Like, I only enjoyed it because I thought it was like a well done. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was popcorn TV for me because
Yeah, I get that.
it's like The Boys or anything else that's kind of like a commentary on superheroes or comics. As a comic book reader, that kind of stuff is like worn territory. I've read a lot of
Hey,
comics
James
like
is
that,
on.
and I've read a lot of comics like that. I've seen movies, TV shows about it. I enjoy that content, but it's very rarely groundbreaking.
Yeah,
Um, I mean,
that's the thing.
you have Watchmen, and then you have Watchmen's kids, and these are
Yeah,
all Watchmen's kids, and
and that's a great Simpsons joke. That's a great Simpsons joke.
what? Say the joke.
The fucking Watchmen kids.
Okay.
They go to that Comic-Con and fucking
Yeah.
Alan Moore's there and they hand him a fucking Watchmen's fucking kids fucking comic and he's like, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah, that was just on my list because, and again, I wasn't even gonna watch it because I was like, I knew about the comic, I knew what it was, and I was like, but I watched it and I was like, it was just fun to turn on, just like mindless crap, and it had J. Jonah Jameson in it.
Yeah.
My next honorable is brand new Cherry Flavor, which is the
Mm.
only body horror TV show that I think
I
is
still have to watch that, dude. I have not started that yet.
It is a wild show. It is completely something you would expect to not be on Netflix, but maybe like Showtime or something
Fuck.
that's like, I don't know, Shudder, or like if Shudder had it has Angelica Houston in it, and it's weird, it's fucking dark, it's gross at times, it's funny. Sometimes it feels really low budget, sometimes it feels very high budget. It's a nice commentary on Hollywood, commentary on LA, uh, filmmaking, acting. It's got a lot going on. It's a little messy at times. It's not a perfect show. There was things about it I didn't enjoy, but for the most part, if you're like a horror fan and you just like watching really weird shit that kind of feels a bit Cronenbergy, that's your show right there. That's definitely a
Fuck
show
yeah.
to check out. And I just want to mention two other things, which if they would have finished before the end of the year, they might be the best shows.
I do have one more honorable.
Okay, go. I dare you.
Chucky.
Chucky, I haven't gotten Chucky. I have it all recorded.
It's super good, man. It's super good. I was really surprised at how good it was.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It gets really mean, it gets really fucking dark, and it gets really fucking weird.
Yeah, I have all the episodes recorded on my DVR, and I need to get to them. But I've been busy watching these other shows, and it's hard to decide. The pressure.
So many.
But these two are technically shows that started last year and are still on, and that's Yellow Jackets and Station 11. Station 11 just by a couple episodes. Yellow Jackets is incredible.
I need to fucking start Yellow Jackets. I can't get away from hearing how awesome that show is.
It is so great. Great. I thought it was going to be like this gore fest, this cannibal gore fest, but it's more of a whodunit mystery, and I'm really enjoying it. I won't talk too much about it if you haven't seen it, but it's great cast, super fun, twisted. I just love it. I love it so much. And next is Station 11, which is a show on HBO Max, which I thought I was going to hate. I remember seeing the trailer going, I don't want to watch this hippie shit. I think I probably said that out loud. And we caught up last night, so there's only one episode left. But again, it started in the end of, I think it started in December, I think. 10 episodes. And I think they premiered like 2 or 3 right out the gate. So,
right on.
But it's a great apocalypse. If you like after the apocalypse types of movies and shows, it's
okay.
right up your alley. It's also a great human story, a great story about the power of stories and storytelling. It's a very beautiful show that I was not expecting to be so hung up on and have such an emotional reaction to at times. There has been a couple times in the show last night, including episode 9, where I was like, this is a beautiful fucking show and this is powerful content, and I was just like, it's hitting me. There are times where I am listening to something like or it's the same thing with that Backwash album, where I'm like, this story or this art is hitting me in a way that most things don't. It's seeping through all of my bullshit, because I have my walls of bullshit, which is like, I'm really cool, and my opinion is the only opinion that matters, and you're stupid, and like all of that looks stupid, you're dumb, all that crap. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to do all of that crap, and your self-image and what you think that you like. Station 11 for me is a show that I normally would not like, and because the writing is so good, and the characters and the actors who play them are so good. Fuck, man, more than once, I was like, I was just like, holy shit. Just holy shit. It's fucking hitting me. It's hitting me. And
Nice.
highly recommend. Highly recommend that show. If they
I'll watch
can
it
pull,
tomorrow.
if they have one episode left of this season. I don't know how many seasons they're doing. If they're doing more, I don't know if it's limited or not. I know Yellow Jackets is not. I know they've already got greenlit for a second season, which kind of bums me out because I kind of want it to end. I want to know everything. They're gonna draw that out. But if this one ends well, for me, it's gonna go up there like top tier and some of the best, not just movies or TV shows, just like art in general that I think is perfect, like just absolutely perfect. I can't recommend it enough. But again, it wasn't technically finished in 2021, so it will be probably in my year end. Stay tuned for the end of till next January when you can hear me talk about this same show again and say the same.
There you go, kids.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was like, it was so good until the last episode? I fucking hated it.
Now I hate it.
It's the worst show. That'd be so sad. I don't want that. I want to be like crying. I want to feel it.
Speaking of worse, did you do anything outside of music, television, and movies?
I pulled together 5 action figures that came out.
Okay, because I have 2 other top 5s to get through. I told you this.
What are
I'm
they?
the one that has to work in the fucking morning, so.
Is it like chips? 5 favorite chip flavors?
Sort of. We're not the draft podcast, though.
Oh, that's true. Best pies of 2021. This is my favorite pie of all time. All right. Well, whatever they are, tell me them right now and don't pause.
All right. So I did a top 5 podcasts plus 3 fucking honorable mentions.
I hope Draft Pod's not on there.
It is.
Yeah, I'm going to turn this off. Goodbye, everybody. It's been great. But I'm not into cuck shit. Get this cuck out of here.
All right, so my top 5 are Turned Out a Punk, which is Damien from Fucked Up. He does an awesome fucking show. He talks to awesome fucking people. I like that podcast a lot. My number 4 is First Podcast Ever with Jeremy Bohm from Touche Amore. Fucking awesome podcast. Talks to awesome fucking people. There are a lot of good fucking episodes to that dude's show. Number 3 is the Draft Podcast because fuck those guys. They're number 3. They're stuck in the middle.
Shows about
number 2 is Last Podcast on the Left because I love listening to weird, gross shit. My number 1 is with Gorley and Rust. Their fucking content is amazing. They talk about fucking horror movies. Basically they'll pick like a series of movies. They did in Voorhees We Trust, they did in Myers We Trust, they did fucking Krueger We Trust, and they go through the entire fucking series from beginning to end, and they talk about the movies, they throw out super fun facts. They sell themselves as an easy listening podcast that just happens to be about horror, which I find fucking hilarious. Right now they're doing Scream. Yesterday was Scream 2, and I was listening to that on the way to work, while I was at work, and then on the way home. It's so fucking good. Those dudes are hilarious. Matt Gorley has worked with Conan O'Brien for quite a while. And then Paul Rust is the main nerdy kid from the Netflix show Love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
God.
those two got together and just started talking about fucking horror movies, and it's super fun to listen to. And then my honorable mentions are Wizard and the Bruiser, No Dogs in Space, and a brand new one is the It's Always Sunny podcast. It's Glenn, Rob, and Charlie just sitting in a room talking about every single episode from episode one, like they're going through the seasons, through the episodes, talking about them. The last one that I listened to was the newest one, was The Gang Gives Back, which is when they do the youth basketball game. And Charlie's the fucking referee, and he runs down the fucking court and he stuffs that kid. God damn it, it's fucking hilarious. Oh, it's so funny. Mac actually tells a story, I think 2 episodes before the episode of The Gang Finds a Dead Body, where he actually found a dead body and called the police. And the cop shows up and doesn't believe that it's a dead body. He literally goes, "Oh, that's a pile of clothes." And he's like, "No, it's not. Like, you need to come fucking look at this." And the cop goes over, and they used it in the episode. I think Mac does it in the episode where he pokes the body with a stick. The cop picked up a stick and poked the body to, like, move it around. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, that's a dead guy."
Good Lord.
So, yeah, that's my podcast picks.
Schmodcast. Great. You didn't put Nerdicide in it.
I'm on it.
I'm on it. All we have left is movies, unless you have 5 other things.
I do have 5 other things.
Well, then fine. Now you're going to have to listen to these action figures.
Do it, Doug.
These are my 5 favorite action figures of 2021. All right, you ready? This one has a slight mod on it, and I was too lazy to get its original head, but I like this head better. This is the new House of X Cyclops. I actually put a different head on it. It has the skull cap head.
Yes.
But this one, I like skull cap less Cyclops. This figure is very simple and clean. Yeah, Cyclops. So,
did he come with a backpack? Why has he got a giant hole in his back?
that's so you can. I don't know. No, you can do that with it.
He needs a backpack.
Schmack pack. That's one.
Snack pack.
I like Eda Cyclops. Next, oh god, reaching down is hard. This guy, the big ass King Shark McFarlane toys from Suicide Squad. This figure is massive. He's wearing giant shorts. His mouth opens. It's fucking.
I want that so bad.
It's so stupid. I actually have 2 of them because one's a Build-A-Figure and one they sold separate. One was actually a big blunder, which is this one. This one was supposed to come with a bloody mouth, and they never did the bloody mouth in the production, so it was completely a waste of time. But I was like, I'll just keep it. It's very similar to the other one, except the shorts are slightly different.
The shorts are different.
So it's like, it's massive if anybody wants to see. Like, comparison, this is a can.
Build-A-Figure shorts were the darker ones, right?
They're just less detailed.
Yeah.
I have it
But
somewhere.
I think they're darker, too.
I have it somewhere far away.
Probably wrong.
Probably wrong. Next up is this bad bitch.
Yes.
The Manhattan Jason.
That's not Manhattan
Not
Jason.
Manhattan.
It's prior to Manhattan Jason.
Psychic back.
Yes, there you go.
Psychic in the lake.
It's Freddy versus Carrie Jason.
Look at this dumbass thing, this saw thing. Like, is this a real tool that exists? What are you chopping with this? This thing
really tall, thick weeds.
Fantastic detail. You're not going to get in this video, but the head is fucking on another level. Crazy.
God, I fucking love it so much.
The back is my favorite part.
Yes.
Comes with an unreasonable amount of accessories.
Like they all do. It's every weapon he uses in that movie, which is amazing. Shout out to NECA for the the beautiful things they do.
Yeah, I tried to pick one from. I ended up with two NECAs. This Crow. This is a
Nice.
Walmart. This is a Diamond Select Walmart. There's a bunch of variations of this same figure, but I like this one best because it
God,
comes in this.
fucking awesome.
It comes in what looks like a VHS case. It actually has like stuff on the back that looks like a VHS.
Fuck, that's cool.
The window from the movie he's standing in, which is kind of cool. Comes with the band poster and a fucking cool crow stand and a bird and all that shit. I love this thing so much. It's just so nice. It's got the little exclusive sticker on there. So happy I picked this up, even though I have two other versions of the same fucking thing. And then last but not least is this big bad bitch from NECA. If I can even get it in the frame, the
Oh shit, the fucking Goliath figure.
Goliath gargoyles. They're doing a whole line of these. This was the first one. I actually just opened this like 2 weeks ago for the first time. I had it in the box. It's massive with the wings.
God damn it, that is fucking huge.
Yeah, it's really nice. Detail is fantastic. Comes with another head with his little weird dotted cartoon eyes, but I had to go with angry face.
Yes.
And it's just like, only complaint is I wish that the wings bent. I think there's another figure that they're releasing that you can put, that comes with extra wings that you can use kind of, because you know when he walked around, they were kind of like a cape.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to release a figure that you can put the wings back there and it'll be like an accessory to this one.
Nice.
That's like a cape. Look at those feet, bro. Look at those goddamn feet.
I'm really hoping
Look at
that
skirt. You nasty.
Look at that taint. It's all taint. There's no butthole or penis.
That's my 5 favorite toys from last year.
I'm really hoping that I can pick up the Brooklyn one.
I mean, I still see the Goliath at Walmart. I think it was pretty hot at Target when it first came out, but I think it's chilling at Walmart for a while. So,
like, I'd be pretty stoked to get Brooklyn and Lexington. I think those two are probably my favorites from the series.
The next one they released is that villain, which is basically just the evil version of him because it's a repaint.
Yeah, the black.
Yeah.
Like, reverse.
That's the next one that's coming out. Then I think it's Brooklyn. But I'll get all of them because
they did, which is weird because the first picture I saw when they said they were doing the series the entire like cast of characters was the dog one, Bronx.
Yeah, maybe it is Bronx next.
Which seems odd because it seems like a small character to do. But given how big that fucking Goliath is, maybe he'll be a decent size.
I hope so. I don't really care. They're gonna get my money no matter what they do.
Well, what's the old gargoyle's name? I can't remember his.
I can't remember that either. That's actually the only figure I have from the old cartoon. I have that guy's figure from the original.
It seems like those two would go together for some reason.
Yeah, you would think that would be like a 2-pack as well. Every time I say 2-pack, I think about Tupac because every time Tupac, I say 2-pack.
You're not the only one.
So it's like 2-pack.
All right, you want me to burn through my last list here?
Yeah, go really fast.
Before movies?
Yeah.
So these ones are movies plus honorable mentions, but they are 5 straight dog turds. These are the fucking movies that I hated from last year.
Oh, I didn't even put my least favorite movies on this list.
You should have.
It's on the computer over there. It's very far
I
away.
feel like we would have had some Bringos.
Let me look.
Yeah, grab that shit.
You would think it would be that not hard to remember. Just try to write it down real fast. I feel like we should do the worst second, no? Or we do it first?
You want to do regular movies first?
Yeah, save the worst for last.
Okay. Let's do that.
All right. I'm writing them down still. All right. I wrote it down like an old-timey Courtney Worst, also known as James Best. Oh.
I wrote everything by hand. Shut up.
I'm an old man.
What's a pen?
All right, let's do movies. I have 10.
I have 8.
All right, I'll go first then. Oh, God. I'm going to start with my 10, which was one of the most recent movies that I watched, which was Matrix.
I haven't finished it.
Matrix Resurrection. I got such a kick out of that. I loved the
I got 30 minutes into it and went, I don't know what's happening. And I turned it off. Because I didn't watch the third one.
You never watched the OG third one?
Yeah, so I need to go back and do that before I finish this movie.
That probably helped just a smidge if you actually.
Oh, I was immediately lost.
But I won't get too deep into the story. I liked it visually.
I will say I was incredibly stoned when I turned it on. And I was like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And then my brain went, you have no point of reference. And then it just became too hard to follow. So I turned it off.
Yeah, I really liked it. I liked the way they talked about Warner Brothers wanting to do another movie inside of this movie and all that stuff, because I'm sure that was also very true. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Honestly, pretty low stakes story. What was going on. It didn't seem like it mattered that much to what was going on in that world, but I still enjoyed it. You go now.
My number 5 was Nobody.
Nobody. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Dude, I was
almost killed Bob Odenkirk. He basically had a heart attack.
Almost. But just like his character in that movie, he was strong as fuck and he overcame it. But yeah, that fucking movie really, really surprised me. I thought it was going to be kind of funnier and less violent. But the way they handled those two things in that movie was fucking incredible. It really boils down to him really trying to be fucking no one. Like, he really wants to be left the fuck alone. And they handle, like, that juxtaposition of just, like, fuck, now I gotta fucking do this. Like, it makes it a chore for him almost, where it's just like, fuck, I didn't want to have to fucking do this. But I like the relationship with his family.
I feel like he feels castrated in a way. Like he chose
like he kind of wants to do it also.
Yeah, like I think he was kind of wanting it, especially the bus scene kind of revealed that. Like,
there you go.
He was a castrated animal, and it was, or like a chain.
I guess that plays into what I was gonna say about like his family. Like, they all know. Like, they're in the know, and when he explains to them, like, hey, I gotta fucking go do this. Like, there is that little bit of joy in saying that to them when he sends them off. Because then he's like, they know I might not come home from this. Like, they're already prepared for that. Like, I built this up for them. And then he gets to go and do it, and it becomes that. But yeah, fucking... Oh man, what a ride. That was super fun.
That was a good one. I forgot about that one, honestly. I thought it was good. I just didn't think, like, a lot of the action stuff really, and I thought Doc Brown was a bit much.
That's the other thing too. It's not fucking over the top. Like it doesn't try to be like a giant action movie. It performs within its framework that they set out for, where it's not another fucking John Wick movie. It's
Yeah, but
just
it is the seeds of John Wick.
John Wick movies are good. I'm not gonna lie. They're fucking good.
John Wick was like, oh, we're gonna.
I'm really excited for John Wick 4.
Ushered in a new era of action movies, and
yeah.
But honestly, you could throw it to Liam Neeson before him. Number 9, the Man of Candy, Candyman.
Candyman.
Candyman. The Candyman can, and he did.
That was my number 2, Bringo.
Bingo. Bing, 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 bing.
Dude, that movie fucking ruled.
Love this movie. Loved it more the second time I watched it. I actually watched it for the second time. I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I watched it the second time with my mom. We actually watched OG Candyman and then that Candyman back to back, which is honestly a great way to watch it.
Fuck yeah.
Just for the mythology and stuff, it really resonates, and it's really better to have that kind of in your mind still.
You watched the old one, then the new one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Loved it. I loved the visuals. I love the cast. I love that throwaway Joy Division joke. For some reason, that girl he's banging just is like when she's walking around cleaning, he's talking to her and she's saying the Joy Division song titles.
Yeah.
We get it. You like Joy Division. I was like, is she saying that on purpose? Like, I just said like little things like that. Really smart, really fun, and great fucking ending. Really good ending.
Oh, fuck, that ending was so good. I had no clue that's where they were going with it, and it just fucking hit. And I was like, God damn it. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that.
To answer Andy, I would say that dude broke out with Watchmen, though, right? That's like he's played some pretty iconic roles now at this point, which is imagine like you are.
He's the one that's in the new Ambulance movie too, right?
Oh yeah,
with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where there's gonna be a lot of high contrast sunsets with 360 fucking cameras spinning around.
Yeah, you're saying like he's breaking up, but it's weird to already see him like in a role like that.
But think about that. Within like a year and a half, he was Dr. Manhattan, and then he was Candyman, and then he was Morpheus.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Wild. That's a wild, like.
What the fuck?
That's a wild, like, it's. I can't think of anybody who's like had like such big pop culture character roles that were so big, like back to back to back to back like that. That's
yeah. James, you haven't seen the new Candyman, or have you?
Yeah. Again, not a scary movie. But none of the old Candyman never scared me.
Honestly, the story from the Books of Blood actually fucking scared me more than the original Candyman did.
What I like about it is just like I think again, because of the first one, it's a perfect blend of all these different things, especially like urban legend as like a plot device. There's no better horror movie that uses like an urban legend style thing than that. Like that's just so perfect because everybody kind of resonates with that, being a kid and doing dumb shit like that, doing Bloody Mary and things. And again, all of the commentary on gentrification, they did that so well.
Yes.
All that stuff was it was really fucking good.
I feel like they did it better in this one than they did in the original one.
Oh, yeah.
The original one kind of went harder into it as far as like showing you, but the new one talks about it more, like why that's a thing, why that's
Also,
an issue.
it has one of the most important, greatest little moments, throwaway moments that is so important to horror that people don't talk about enough, which is when she goes and she's trying to find dude, she's trying to find her boyfriend. She goes to that laundromat and she goes into that back and she opens that door and it's like a long, dark staircase down. And she just goes, nope. And she shuts the fucking door.
Yeah.
And I was like, there you go. That's
Finally.
fucking writing. And
finally someone did it.
it's like, that's exactly what people would do. I'm like, I don't know where that's going. I'm not going to go down there.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a huge shout out to Nia DaCosta to fucking piece that shit together and make something.
I don't know if that was a Jordan
cool.
Peele thing, because his next horror film, which comes out, I believe, this year, is called
Nope.
Yeah, so that was like a nice little teaser for that, and
that's what I've been thinking this whole time, is that it's gonna be all those tropes turned on their fucking head, to where you don't run upstairs, you don't fucking hide here, you don't fucking approach it this way. And that's what I'm really, really hoping for, where it's just like people in like these drastic fucking situations are like, not a fucking chance. I'm gonna go over here where there's probably phone service or fucking like sorting it out. So
yeah,
that'll be exciting to see.
That's my number 9, The Man of Candy. Loved it. Fantastic.
All right, my number 4 on my list was Green Knight.
Oh, that's my number 5. That's
Bringo!
We got 2. We get one more, then we win.
We win the internet.
We win. Green Knight, I put on my list because it was the most beautifully shot.
Oh my god, it's fucking beautiful.
Great colors, the coloring,
so
and
pretty.
the photography. Those hard blacks and greens and stuff are just so nice to look at. I feel like I'm looking at like an acrylic painting the whole time.
And then it goes into like blues, and then it goes into fucking oranges, and then it rides that fucking spectrum so fucking hard. Yeah, it is very, very beautiful, super well acted, cool fucking story, super cool story that I didn't even realize was an actual fucking story before all of it, where there was a knight from the Round Table who was just like that, like super proud, and he went and did this shit, and fuck, man, god damn it, it's a good movie. I was blown away by it.
I've been meaning to. I think, I don't know if it's out on Blu-ray. It might be. I wanted to get it because
it is out now, I think.
I want to watch it on my Blu-ray player to get like a better experience than the stream, because I bootlegged it. Yeah, great fucking movie. That was your number 4? 5?
Yeah.
I'm at number 8.
All right.
Another man. This time, this man is made of spiders. AKA the Spider-Men. Close your ears if you don't like spoilers.
Spoilers.
I actually did really fucking well. There was a couple.
This is also a Bringo. This was my number 1.
We did it. We won.
We won the internet, gang.
3 in a row. Bingo.
Oh shit! It was 3 in a row, Bringo.
Yeah. Because I had to wait. I waited like an extra week because I wanted my mom to watch it. Because it came out the week before she came. So and even then I still didn't see it till Sunday. So I was like avoiding basically YouTube and TikTok as much as I could, because those were the places where you can't really control what you're seeing. And my Instagram feed was being pretty kind. It was not really like, I mean, the fact that they showed up in the movie was not the biggest surprise, but I just didn't want to see. Yeah. I didn't want to see the visual of it. I wanted the visual of it to be like a fresh experience, and luckily that was the case. Although there were close calls on TikTok where I saw people were just uploading clips from them sitting in the theater and like audience reaction of blah, and I'd be like, what? Just go up as fast as you can go so I don't see it.
So I don't TikTok, man.
Like that. But it's got funny dogs.
Gross.
Anyways, that movie was pure nostalgia porn, and also,
fuck yeah, it was.
Also, fucking honestly, the meanest Spider-Man movie. That was the meanest Goblin.
Oh fuck yeah.
That fucking holy shit did fucking Willem Dafoe, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do this, but I have to be 100 times crazier and 100 times more evil and more menacing." And on top of that, Tom Holland put a fucking beat down. Like they were brawling. That apartment battle scene, that was punching. That wasn't like laser beams and fucking.
Yeah.
That was, those dudes were punching each other. He was punching that motherfucker, and the Aunt May death, complete surprise for me.
My god, I cried like a fucking baby.
I was for sure it was gonna be Happy in the trailer. Like it looked like it was gonna be Happy, was gonna die, and then it ended up being her. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
All done so well, and you know,
and she got. What I like about it, the thought process that went into it, is the two older Spider-Men talk about fucking Uncle Ben and the weight that he held. In this one, Uncle Ben's dead, but it's Aunt May is the one that delivers the fucking great responsibility. Fucking, oh my god, that was fucking genius. And I cried like a small child. I was so upset.
I think I welled up a little bit, but not during the moment. I think when I get emotional when the characters kind of reference like some. I don't even remember. The movie was so long. I can't remember. I know I welled up once or twice, just because. And also, it might even be sad stuff, just like cinematic moments that I get really excited about.
Yeah.
But I mean, goddamn, they executed it so well. And then I did read a couple interesting things. I did read that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield had signed up in December 2020 without even seeing the script. They agreed to do it, which is pretty impressive because Tobey Maguire is a known piece of shit prick. But he hasn't done movies in a while, so it makes sense why he tried to give like a good face out there. Especially since they made a whole ass movie about him being a piece of shit, played by what's his face? What's the fucking actor from Superbad and all that? Skinny.
Jonah Hill?
No, skinny. Scott.
Michael Cera?
Michael Cera, yeah. Molly's Game. Molly's Game is about that chick who ran that underground rich person poker ring, and he plays. Michael Cera basically is supposed to be playing Tobey Maguire in that movie.
That's hilarious.
Piece of shit, and he's mean and rude, and he doesn't tip the waitresses. And at one point, he apparently made a waitress bark like a dog for a tip. He's a
the fuck?
Yeah, he's a known trash bag. And I mean, him and DiCaprio used to go around hanging out with David Blaine. They called themselves the Pussy Posse.
The Pussy Posse. I have heard that.
Gross thing. So yeah, it makes sense why he would agree to do an MCU movie because most of the industry fucking hates him. And it was nice. And another thing I saw that they only had 2 requests is Tobey Maguire didn't want a lot revealed about what was going on with his current Spider-Man in his Spider-Man world. That was his one request, which they honored in it, which was kind of cool. He just kind of was like, kind of like, well, things are good. And it kind of matched his character so well. His version of Peter Parker, where he's kind of like soft-spoken and kind of not super like chatterboxy. And then Andrew Garfield's request is that he wanted to be a conflicted, dark Spider-Man because of what had happened to him, which they do immediately. Because if I remember correctly, he immediately tried to get booze in that scene.
I think so.
I think he was trying to pour himself a glass, and I was like, I was thrown back by that. I was like, what the fuck? and yeah, he has demons that he's not over, and I liked all of that stuff a lot. And
I like the way they bring that up when he talks about Gwen Stacy. He's like, oh, mine fucking, I lost her. And like, it really drove that one home. It doesn't make me want to go back and watch those movies because they're fucking dog shit.
Right.
But
I mean, there are good things about them, but like the overall what they were trying to do with it was not great.
yeah. I think my biggest problem with all of it is the amount of time each Peter Parker spends with their fucking masks off. I fucking cannot stand that shit. I know what you look like. I want to see Spider-Man, not you. It's not Peter Parker movies, it's fucking Spider-Man movies. Give me fucking Spider-Man in costume.
I liked it. You got that sweet youth pastor joke. That was pretty good.
That was pretty fucking funny. That was fucking funny.
That was a good joke. And I liked the hugging scene. I liked them talking about the web shooters. I thought all that stuff was done.
The
really
web
well.
shooter fucking conversation was probably one of the funniest fucking things ever when they realized that fucking Tobey Maguire's comes out of him. Well fucking played. Well played.
Yeah, all that stuff was great, and I liked all that stuff. But really, I mean, the movie stealer again, Alfred Molina, fucking so good.
Oh man, he fucking knocked it out of the park.
Just like Spider-Man 2, because I actually before we went and saw it the week before, Rosina and I, we watched the Raimi trilogy.
Nice.
I had just gotten it on Blu-ray, so we watched all those, and I was like, because I wanted a refresher. And 2 is obviously still the best one.
Still the best one. Will always be the best one.
And Alfred Molina's Doc Ock is the reason why. And because of Sam Raimi's direction, of the way he shot the tentacles like a horror movie and all those little bits.
Oh my god. Fucking.
It still holds up really well. It's still, the Peter Parker MJ stuff is really cringy, and Rosina and I were mocking it the whole time. And James Franco, Jesus Christ, his acting is so bad.
Yeah.
All that stuff is really bad, but it still holds up in a couple of ways. But again, fucking Willem Dafoe was like, I'm in this bitch, and I'm in this shit for real. Because he was like, I was like, oh, because I thought they were going to do like an interesting turn on it, where it was like, you were expecting him to be this big villain, and then he's like, oh, I just need some help. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting turn. And then he was like, just kidding, I'll fucking kill all of you. And he was just fucking stabbing people.
Fooled you all.
I was like, and it was totally believable because he's such
It's
a
like
good
he
actor.
jumped on the screen and he's like, you remember that time I was jerked off to completion and I fucking come to blood in fucking Antichrist? I'm that guy.
I loved it. Yeah. What more can you say? It had three Spider-Men in it. It would have been nice to throw Miles in there, but he doesn't have his own movie yet, so.
Yeah. Well, he does
He does
have his own movie, Into
Yeah,
the Spider-Verse, which is fucking so good. I
Yeah, I
fucking
don't know
love
why
it
they
too.
couldn't just have that version of him be like live action, but
Yeah,
for Spider-Man, oh my god.
that would have been amazing. All right, my
That
number.
was my 8, and you're 2, right? Or 1?
I'm on number 3.
All right, hit me.
The Beta Test.
Hey, another bingo.
That's 4 in a row, buddy.
That's my number 6. We skipped over one, but that's my number 6.
Holy shit.
Oh,
That
yeah, so we give
fucking
a thumbs
movie.
up when we're done talking about Spider.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. Fucking Beta Test, man. Jesus Christ. Thank you, first off, for the recommendation. Because it's very rare that a fucking movie blows my fucking hair back. And I was edge of the seat in that one.
Yeah,
That movie's so good, dude.
I love that guy so much. I think we talked about it. He's definitely my man crush of the moment. I love that dude. I hope he keeps doing more movies. It was a big hit with industry people, so I think he's gonna start doing bigger shit.
And I'm really hyped on his take on Hollywood right now that he's doing on Twitter, where he's just like throwing out like these fucking things of like, don't you want to see this instead of this horse shit because you've been fed this horse shit forever. But he's not being an asshole about it. He's just like, hey, fucking, if you want to see shit that you like, fucking say you want to see shit that you like. You don't have to keep eating the same shit they throw in the fucking trough. Like,
Right.
let's do some other stuff. Let's have fun.
I really need to rewatch Beta Test. Because I meant to watch it when my mom was here, but then I remember the opening scene was like a really graphic sex scene, and I was like, I don't watch that with my mom. Not that I was like, oh yeah, like because like my mom's never had sex or anything. It's like, but I just like.
My favorite part of the beta test is, and we had talked about this before, is his fucking breakdown in the parking garage where he wants to tell his wife the fucking truth and he keeps stopping himself.
Yeah.
Because I've done that shit before where I'm trying to do the right fucking thing and I'm trying to say the right thing and it's like a 10 thoughts every fucking single second and I'm trying to like piece through them and like how do I say this in the least assholey way, and I know full-fledged I'm being a fucking asshole right now. Like it's so perfect. It really it hit some high notes for me on a personal level that it's hard to fucking explain, but I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, he has really great delivery. Very intense, anxiety-riddled delivery that is kind of
He
unmatched.
did the same thing in The Wolf of Snow Hollow too. He had some shit in that one that really hit home for me. But
I like that it's like he does like a 180 in mid rant. He's very good at being like,
yes,
I am directing a very aggressive point at you, and then he will in mid sentence backtrack it to kind of recover from like a potential damage.
that's the shit I'm talking about. Where it's like all cylinders are firing, and you need one. You need one thing to focus on, and when he finds it, he delivers it in such a cool fucking monologue that is just, God damn it, fucking Jim Cummings is fucking cool guy. He's
Yeah.
such a cool guy.
Fucking great movie. Highly recommend to anybody who likes weird movies. It's not horror movies, not really a drama. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a weird fucking movie.
It's a drama. It's that.
I guess it's a drama.
It's not a
It's
dramedy
got
though.
a
Like
horror element to it because of all the.
it does have a horror element. Maybe like a thriller drama.
It's a mystery too. I don't know. But my number 7, another comic book movie, so predictable. Shang-Chi.
There you go.
That was my number 7. So now I'm caught up to basically my top 4 we have not done.
And I have 3 honorable mentions.
All right, so briefly, Shang-Chi, great movie, so much fun. I watched it a second time a couple weeks ago. Really love it.
I had to watch it 4 separate times to get all the way through it because, again, like we were talking earlier, like fucking late night. Normally, when I would watch like trash, I'm trying to watch it and I would fucking fall asleep to it. I fell asleep to it 3 fucking times and I kept falling asleep at the same spot. So when I went back to watch it the 4th time, I just started at the time like maybe 2 minutes before I would fall asleep and finally finished it. And yeah, it's fucking good.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley, fantastic. Trevor return character.
Oh my God, so funny.
Such a great callback to Iron Man 3, which a lot of people slander, but is one of my favorite MCU movies.
I like that one too.
Loved Shang-Chi. I love the cast. I love the ending. I loved the friendship they had, which was non-romantic. I thought that's really important to have. It's just great. It was a Bay Area movie, which is nice. So was
There you go.
Matrix. Both in the Bay. I shot both of those here.
All right, so I'm into my honorable mentions. Fucking Suicide Squad.
Hey, that's my number one.
That's another Bringo then.
I have one. I'm such a pathetic loser. 1, 2, 3 comic book movies. Pathetic.
I have 2. Spider-Man and Suicide Squad.
I love Suicide Squad so much. I cried during that one. During the Taika scene.
Yeah.
We were talking about about the rats and everyone having purpose, every creature having a purpose, and I was like, ah.
Super heartfelt.
Love
but
that
it's the Rat King,
so much.
So what are you gonna do?
On top of that, just the cast, the ridiculousness of it, I could give a fuck about the violence and gore. That stuff is secondary because it's just like James Gunn is so good at making like ugly, gross things that you just want to like hug and like be friends with. And he's just so good at it.
Really good point.
It's his specialty, man. Just taking ugly things.
Both Lynn and Vivian were so grossed out by the weasel. But I want an entire weasel movie.
I was so in love with the weasel. I was so happy that he was alive at the end, even though they just the throwaway line that he killed a bunch of kids, and you don't care because it's like I want that.
You remember like the old fucking Foghorn Leghorn fucking cartoons with a weasel that fucking like that's 100% my sense of humor, like my fucking vibe. I love that shit. It's so fucking funny, and that is 100% that fucking weasel character is that thing, like super like anthropomorphic, and then like you said, they deliver that line like, oh yeah, he killed a bunch of fucking like killed and ate a bunch of kids. Like, oh fuck, that's super gross.
Yeah.
And then he just like gets up and shimmies off at the fucking end. Oh my god, I was so excited.
Yeah, and King Shark also like to me a combo character that's real dumb that I could give a fuck about.
Yeah.
DC has a lot of those characters, and that's why Suicide Squad works because they have so many dumb throwaway villains that if you murder them all, it's like who
fucking Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, and that
who knew that shit could be so fucking funny?
That shit was great. The mom stuff was funny, and just visually, just so pleasing. Great special effects, fantastic shit.
Yeah.
Starro. If they did fucking Starro, man, I don't know.
Finally, they did Starro.
Yeah, finally. Like, yeah, it's a DC. The modern DC era is their best movie. Without question.
DC's best shot at fucking MCU ever.
Yeah, and even Harley Quinn stuff was good. I liked all that.
I was super surprised at how well they had handled that.
Because again, Margot Robbie's not a bad actress, and it's not my favorite character. I don't like Deadpool. I don't like in the comics. I don't like Harley Quinn in the comics. They're a certain kind of comic book character that's not for me. But if you handle them just well enough, if you have the right person, you can make me like them, which is kind of a difficult thing to do, which is what James Gunn did in that movie. Loved all of it. I loved every second of it. I think I've watched it 4 times, which is the most I've watched any movie, same movie this year. And that's my number 1. I don't know, it was your honorable mention, so I guess you didn't like it that much, you piece of shit. And then he's gone.
Give me a second.
Taking a poop. I saw 3 movies.
Water out of the fridge.
I saw 3 movies.
All right, so another honorable mention for me is Dune.
It was my turn, bro.
Oh shit!
You blew it.
You're right.
You blew it.
I blew it.
My number 4 was No Time to Die, the last Bond movie.
I haven't seen that yet.
I love Daniel Craig as Bond. He's the best Bond. If you think otherwise, you're a nerd. You like skinny, hairy, old, weird British guys that couldn't do one push-up kind of James Bond. I like psychologically damaged bulldozer James Bond. I like a James Bond that's so wrecked from one woman that he just decides to be a murdering, cold-hearted piece of shit for 20 years straight. That's my Bond. I don't like a fucking foo-foo-y little, I got a little laser watch. Fuck all that shit.
If you want to talk more about that movie, since I haven't seen it, if you want to talk more about that movie, I'm going to give you like a 2-minute window to say what you want to say about it, because I haven't seen it yet. I have to run to my car real quick.
Okay, I will say everything I want to say real quick.
Do it. Starting now.
It was a good movie that I liked. It was a wee bit long. But again, it was a great closer to a great story arc of a great James Bond. Daniel Craig rules. Great villain in this one. It's probably my 3rd favorite out of all of them. Casino Royale, which is still the best one. I won't talk too much about the ending because the ending is highly spoilery, but great closure ending, great. I thought they wrapped up the whole thing fucking great. And he still ruled up until the very last frame. He was just perfect, badass James Bond. That's all I have to say about it. And other than Rami Malek was a fucking weird guy. He's a weirdo. And he's a perfect James Bond cast because he's a fucking weirdo. You don't even have to put makeup on him. Even though they did put makeup on him, which I thought was funny. He's already a weird fucking guy. Why you put weird scars on his face? Just let him talk. That's spooky enough. Spooky guy. Peacemaker goes hard. Peacemaker starts in what? 5 days? 4 days. On HBO. I'll be checking that out. There's a bunch of new shows coming out. Fucking Peacemaker starting. Ozark is starting.
I'm coming back.
Come back.
You done talking about it?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm never going to talk about it again.
Good.
Are you masturbating? Yeah, Dune was in my honorable mentions too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I liked it.
I was super surprised at how fucking much I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, it's just like a visual treat. It's stunning.
They honed it in quite a bit, which was nice.
Oh yeah, Atlanta season 3. I feel like Atlanta season 3 might be a hard landing for people because it's been so long. We'll see how they stick it though. I have 2 more movies to mention.
Go to your next one. Dune was great.
I want to talk about. I would just briefly mention this was my number 3 was Zola, which is a stripper movie, which is based on a Twitter thread story that this stripper wrote on Twitter that went viral, and they actually made a movie about it, which is amazing. And it's a very funny movie, very short. It feels like you're reading a Twitter thread. It's on Showtime, I think, still, if anybody wants to watch it. Very entertaining, very well acted. It's like a fucked up movie without going too deep into fucked upness to make it like cringy or uncomfortable. Rough at times, definitely, but not to like a point of like that. Who's that dipshit that did Kids and all those movies? What's that guy's name?
Oh, Fuck. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Like if it was that kind of level, I'd be like, we're just
He's
like
got a weird fucking name.
they're just fucking teenagers the whole time or some shit. But yeah, Zola. If you have Showtime, definitely check it out. I think it's a great short movie too. Sometimes you just want to watch something that's not too long. And again, it feels and it's got the narration of the main girl
That's
just
it.
telling you the story, and it feels like someone telling you a really crazy story that happened, which I enjoyed. So transfers very well to film. Oh yeah, Harmony Korine, that fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
He's an actual pedophile in real life. Don't let it get twisted.
There's
I'm
also
not
that.
I'm not saying that in like a Tim Burton is a pedophile way, which I've changed my mind on Tim Burton being a pedophile. Tim Burton is now just a racist. So
Okay.
because it's actually way more easier for me to point out his racism than his pedophilia. Because he never cast black people in his main role.
And say his lack of black characters in anything he's ever done.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
Whole worlds of people with no black people in it. So yeah, he's a racist.
All right, I got one more horror movie, and you and I both vibed on this one. And again, thank you for the recommendation. No One Gets Out Alive.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
It's my last honorable mention. I was very surprised by that. I was very pleased by that. It was enjoyable as shit. I would also almost tie it with Antlers as an honorable mention.
Antlers was just okay for me.
It had its problems for sure. It didn't go hard enough for me, and that's why fucking No One Gets Out Alive did make the cut, because it did go fucking hard right at the end. It goes fucking bananas.
Yeah, definitely more satisfying monster moment for sure.
Yeah.
My last pick is number two. Was my number two, which was Pig, the Nicolas Cage banger.
I did finally watch that the other day in preparation, but it just wasn't enough to make my list.
I really love that movie. It was very sad. Great movie about grief, about death, about moving on, about career, a lot of stuff.
I actually started taking notes on it just in case that it did make the list, so I had something to reference. And I wrote down the characters that really stuck out in that. And I think the old lady goes by Mac.
I don't remember the old lady's name.
It's like the right after it's when him and Amir are like trying to like follow the steps on how to find the pig, and they go to that old lady and she swears like a sailor. I found that super funny and super interesting, but also as like, why? Like, why is that a thing?
I honestly, I thought Nick Cage was so good, especially the last scene where he cooks that food for that guy, and his dead wife's favorite meal. Honestly, that I haven't seen Nick Cage that tuned in
Yeah.
a long time. And honestly, if that was a bigger production with a named director, it would be an Oscar movie for sure.
Yeah.
Because the studio would be pumping it. They'd be pumping it for award season. But because it was a smaller production, that's not going to happen. They don't have the money to push for it.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
I was 100% fucking totally off board with his performance in Prisoners of the Ghostland. I had no idea what the fuck was happening in that movie. It's a one-time watch for sure. It fucking no. No.
I don't watch most of his like straight to video stuff. I just don't have the stomach for it.
It was super dumb.
I'm gonna watch that one that's coming out where he plays himself. That looks funny. But other than that, and that's it. I think that's the top 10.
There you go.
I I have a couple notes of honorable mentions. In the Earth, which was a horror movie I liked a lot. I think it's
Am I
on
right?
Hulu. The Night House was good. Story wise, kind of meh, but shot really fucking well. The way
I've
they
been meaning to watch that one.
very creative stuff. The cinematography and the way they shot the horror stuff was amazing. Plan B, the comedy with the two girls trying to get the Plan B pill, fucking hilarious movie. And then Judas and the Black Messiah, of course.
There you go. That was good too.
And I wrote this on here in all caps. Movies I haven't seen, so shut the fuck up. I have not seen The Lost Daughter or Nightmare Alley or Benedetta or Titan or Power of the Dog or French Dispatch or Red Rocket or Spencer or Worst Person in the World. So shut the fuck up. It's not in your list. I haven't seen any of those movies.
Those are not on my next list.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those movies, which are in like all of the best of the years, and I was like, I can't see everything. Okay, fuck off.
My next list is 5
Worst.
straight dog turds.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Perfect. Because I have 3 honorable mentions.
Yeah, Licorice Pizza would qualify in that list as well, but honestly, and I don't know how many film nerd feathers I'll ruffle. The trailer does nothing for me. I don't like Haim. I don't like that girl's face. I don't like the guy's face. The only thing I'm interested in is the Bradley Cooper stuff. Honestly, the rest doesn't really interest me. I see the internet's all arguing about is it problematic or not problematic. I don't give a shit about any of that. It just the story doesn't really that interest me that much.
Oh,
I think Paul Thomas Anderson is really fucking hit or miss. People suck his dick a lot, but keep in mind he also made The Master, which was like the biggest loaded sleeper I've ever seen. Huge sleeper, great talented acting, but you can have huge great performances in boring snoring fucking movies, i.e. The Joker and a billion other things. Let me rant.
we can't, because I have to get up in a few hours to go to work.
All right. Let's
So
knock
5
out
straight dog turds. My number 5 of a straight dog turd, Till Death. Jesus
fuck, I forgot about that
Christ, we tore that movie a new asshole when we talked about it.
That was a rough one.
That was so fucking dumb. That movie is so dumb. So dumb.
Devoid of logic at all turns. There's no like logical
fucking hell
decision made at any point by any person in that movie.
I'm surprised I didn't make yours.
I forgot about it. I only put like one smaller movie, but they're all bigger movies.
All right. Hit me with one.
Army of the Dead.
Oh, that's my number 4.
Zack Snyder continues his reign as the most. I wish I was. I have the dumbest stories in the same way that Michael Bay has dumb stories, but I'm not as good as directing. The way he shot that stuff, where stuff was like out of focus for no reason.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
His directing style, I don't care what fucking.
Ugh.
I don't care what version of any Snyder cut crap you like. He's not a good director.
No.
He only shoots stuff because he thinks it looks cool. Even if it doesn't have a purpose, and even though it takes you out of the movie while you're watching it, like it feels.
And it doesn't look fucking cool either.
His shot selection, his editing choices, down to like again focus and making stuff soft for no reason. And again, the story's fucking dumb. They had this cool, amazing background, and they don't do anything cool. It's like Vegas and zombies and a heist movie, and you think, oh, wow. And you watch it and you go, oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's just fucking dumb. And they do things, and they're like, oh, yeah, when it rains, the zombies come back to life. And they're like, are we ever going to talk about a show that? Nope. That'd be a cool thing. Nope. You don't get to see it.
No.
you get to just watch this fucking zombie do a zombie scream, and like,
Ugh.
oh, they had like a zombie. There was a zombie couple, right? It was like
Yeah.
a zombie romance. Oh my god, it's coming back to me, unfortunately.
It was a pregnant zombie.
Oh Jesus, I hate that guy. Fuck Zack Snyder. Side note: Snyder Cut sucks. Also, hit me.
Oh, I get to go?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just did Army of the Dead, right? We were
Oh,
tied.
well, that was my number 4. So yeah, I'll go. I'll go. Venom, Let There Be Carnage is my number 3.
I have that as well.
Nice. Another Bringo.
Such trash.
So fucking dumb.
I love Ryan Searles saying that he liked it on Twitter or whatever, and I got a little. Oh no, it was on Instagram. I got a little back and forth with him.
Yeah,
Literally, that movie makes no fucking sense.
it's so bad. It's so bad and so fucking stupid.
The
It should not exist.
the thing that people like about Venom is that he is like a Punisher, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a hero that kills. That's his whole thing.
Anti-hero.
Yeah, he's a PG-13 movie, so he can't kill. So what do? Physical comedy for an hour straight. Would you like to just see him like make jokes and smash over an apartment?
And breakfast? Do you want to see him make breakfast?
That's
How does Venom eat breakfast?
The bulk of your movie.
Ugh.
And Carnage comes to life and immediately, for no reason, wants to kill Venom, even though they have no history together whatsoever. They've never even met. He's like, I want to kill him. And
He goes into the fucking church and he goes, "Oh, that's a red one. I don't want to fight that." Huh?
yeah, why?
What?
Carnage calls. Does Carnage call him father or something?
Ugh.
Oh, and the 90s-ness of it, of Woody Harrelson getting into the car and stuff when he breaks out with his superpowers and shit. Oh my god! And his silk shirt.
Crazy, that movie is fucking stupid.
Silk shirt and the fucking skeleton necklace. It's like, I don't know about you, but I just got out of prison and walked into 1997 store and bought clothes. And I have weird hair.
He immediately walks into a hot topic.
What was that hair? It was like,
ugh. It's so dumb.
I'd rather he just be bald.
It's so dumb. Let's go. Let's move on. Fuck that movie.
Yeah, all right. I will go with Jungle Cruise. I had the misfortune of watching this last week. Sometimes
they're bad.
Sometimes we watch movies with Rosina's mom, and Rosina's mom doesn't like scary movies. She doesn't like violence, but she does like The Rock. So we watched that, and God, it was so painful.
Did your mom enjoy it?
No, it was Rosina's mom, and actually, no, she got a phone call and then never came back.
Yeah, so I didn't enjoy that movie either.
I was watching it and going,
she took probably one of the shittiest phone. It was a telemarketer, and she walked away to go do that instead of watching Jungle Cruise.
I think The Rock.
I didn't like it either. I did not like.
The Rock is the worst judgment of scripts, and while he's had a very successful monetary career,
he took it because it was a Disney movie.
He likes jungle stuff where he wears jungle outfits. So
there's also that.
If you can put him in a jungle with some khakis.
I get to be a boat captain and in a jungle? Can we make a sequel?
It was real bad. I mean, the dude who played like the Nazi villain, fat guy with a mustache.
Yeah.
What is his name? He was entertaining. But again, they had a submarine going down a river.
I'm pretty sure I fell asleep watching that and didn't finish it.
I like when James brings up a good point here. When a movie's real bad and someone likes it, a bad movie, what they always say is, "It was fun.
It's fun.
It was
It's
fun."
fun. It's a fun movie.
That's a code. That's code for I like bad things. That was a trash movie.
Oh shit!
It was the worst of those. It was the worst of Jumanji and Journey to the Center.
Yeah.
It's worse than those ones somehow. And the fucking constant of the what's her face? What's that actress name? Cheated on her husband Jason Sudeikis with Harry Styles. What's her name? That's all she's ever gonna be to me. You cheated on Jason Sudeikis with Harry Styles. But whatever. It was cute. Yeah, it was cute. It was cute. You think like a pile of trash. It's cute.
That's fucking funny. That's a funny joke.
Anyways, hit me with another one. I'm running out of throat spit.
Yeah. So my number 2 is Halloween Kills.
Yeah, that's in my list too. Which I also rewatched this. I watched it a second time when my mom was here. She hadn't seen it.
I hate that fucking movie.
It's
I hate it.
not as bad on the second watch because I'm not prepared to be so disappointed.
Fair.
But it's still bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
It just was like, it's just so dumb. Again, devoid of logic, devoid of common sense. If you just needed a filler movie, then don't make a fucking middle movie. Just
It's
one.
devoid of being a fucking movie. I fucking hate that shit.
They should have just made 2 movies and cut that whole fucking thing out. I think in principle it had some neat concepts, but they executed them poorly. The good concept is that Michael matters to the town, not just the Lori, which I get.
It opens super cool.
Oh yeah, the throwback stuff was great.
And then it just shits the fucking bed.
Yeah, they just take it up a notch, and then the kills were just so. They were just too much, and they don't honestly fit his character.
No.
It's like a stab and grab and take off. But again, and I think it's really going to hurt their third one. I think it's going to hurt the performance of it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'll still watch it, but I'm an idiot and I watch crap. I watch Jungle Cruise, okay?
I watched it too. We both watch shit.
My last crapper just so happens to also star The Rock.
Uh-oh.
And that's Red Notice.
Oh, man. I didn't watch that.
Red Notice was by far one of the worst movies I've seen in years. Like, the jokes were so bad, and the bootleg fucking watered down Tango and Cash shit they were trying to fucking do in that movie. And on top of that, I don't know if they just spent their entire budget on like the Rock's like location gym or whatever, but like everything was a green screen. They had no locations. They're supposed to be like a Indiana Jones adventure movie. The sets were fucking trash. We built a set when I was in film school that looked better than their fucking treasure set that they did. It looked so much better than that. It was lit better. It was bigger. There's a part where they're on a boat and you can clearly tell that they're not really in the ocean. And like, how do you have this big budget with these 3 huge stars and you don't shoot anywhere cool on location? It's all green screen. I get why MCU shoots green screen because you have people flying through the air shooting each other with fucking laser beams, okay? This is just people walking on and off the boat into the water.
You know who enjoyed that movie?
Who?
My 10-year-old daughter. She liked that movie. She liked it so much she watched it twice.
It was unbearable. And I honestly,
I saw 2 minutes of it and immediately tuned it out.
Yeah. I'm at peak Ryan Reynolds is not funny. I'm there now. Like the Hitman's wife's bodyguard. Go eat
I
100.
feel like Ryan Reynolds peaked at Just Friends, and that's
I
it.
like with Ryan Reynolds, like genuinely.
I like Just Friends. That movie is hilarious to me. And it's
I
not just
thought,
him. He's not the funniest part of that fucking movie.
you know what?
It's
I was thinking about how I liked him in Deadpool, but then I remembered I liked T.J. Miller in Deadpool. That's what I was thinking about. I like him. That's what I liked. Free Guy was trash. Also, you guys are nuts.
Yeah.
What an absolute like.
You like the funny character from a shitbag guy.
You guys are nuts. I think there are two. There's like white guys who like Ryan Reynolds and there's white guys who don't. And I am a white guy who doesn't. Or I'm sure it's more than just white guys, but like some people's weird interest in Ryan Reynolds and thinking he's really funny is beyond me. He also cheated on Scarlett Johansson with Blake Lively, which is like trading a fucking pizza for a slice of white bread.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck. So something's wrong with his brain. I think it goes. There's like a lot of actors, and again, a lot of actors and performers who do the same kind of shtick over and over again. Jack Black, for example, but I don't get tired of it.
Yeah.
Also, I think Jack Black has like a good amount of heart. Like he's got some heart in his performances. I don't think Ryan Reynolds has that. The constant sarcastic wise guy thing, I think it's very one-dimensional. He has nothing else to offer. All of his dramatic
Everything's a joke.
all of his attempts
Type of guy.
at drama are real bad. And unless I'm forgetting something, he's never done anything really like groundbreaking or performance-wise. I don't think he ever has. But that's not the point. The point is that Red Notice was trash and almost unwatchable. Holy fuck. Their dialogue, and the funniest part about that is, so The Rock was on Deez and Mero promoting, and he was telling them in the interview, he's like, "Hey, I got the script. I was at the dinner with the director, and he showed me the script, and he was like, I was reading it, and I was so blown away by the twist that I stood up and I threw my hat across the restaurant." And I'm watching the whole movie. I was like, when's this twist coming? And the twist is not really a twist. It's just this
He threw his fedora?
Yeah, he threw whatever hat he was wearing. That just goes to show you, The Rock either can't read or thinks everything that is bad story-wise is good. Because
Andy's really pushing for how awesome fucking Red Notice was.
When was it fun? Jesus Christ. It's like it's I'm gonna try to break this.
I'm not gonna watch it, so I'll never know.
Let me try to think about this. It's like if Wells Fargo made an Indiana Jones movie. I don't know. It's completely soulless. It's like, because I kept trying to think of like
an insurance company made the movie.
An insurance, like exactly. What if Geico made an Indiana Jones movie? Like a soulless, blood-sucking corporation that has no heart whatsoever makes an action adventure movie. That's what it is. It's just completely like devoid of meaningful or interesting.
That's hilarious.
It's a commercial. It's a commercial starring these three actors that's like an hour and a half long. Buried was not groundbreaking. It's so groundbreaking.
It wasn't.
I don't remember it.
It was shot well. That was about it.
What's that movie where he like is there a movie where he would like talk to dead animals or something?
Oh, fuck.
I can't remember that one.
That was good because he wasn't like super funny in it. but it was still funny.
Oh yeah,
God
and
damn it.
again, the fake. Okay. I'm a huge. I love me some Tango and Cash. I love '80s cop team up movies. But what they do with The Rock and now with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds, and the fact that they're gonna make more of them, it doesn't work. It feels generic. It feels.
Andy, stop fucking typing. Just stop typing.
He's being sarcastic
I
because
know he's being sarcastic and it's hilarious, but I can't handle it. It's so dumb.
it was I watched that with Rosina, and you know what Rosina said to me? She said, this is like halfway through. She's like, what is there something wrong with this movie? She's like, it feels like it's not really a movie. It feels like something's wrong. And I was like, yeah, because it's completely devoid of substance. You're just watching very high paid actors stand together in a room and have banter. And then like something happens that's not really happening. And then you just go to the next scene of them having banter until it's over. That's the whole movie. Check the numbers. Okay, if you want to get into a number debate, I would like to remind you that half the country voted for Trump. So I don't talk to me about like, oh, a lot of people streamed it. Okay, a lot of people voted for fucking Donald Trump and will again. So numbers are meaningless to how a quality of something. People buy. People bought a lot of Ford Tempos, all right, and they died at 60,000 miles, all right.
I want to know who owned one that made it that far, because mine didn't.
Shit, my mom's made it to like 101.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Speaking of one, my number one, and I hope it's on your list, is Malignant.
Oh no, I left that off only because I didn't want to talk about it.
We don't have to.
I'm tired of the internet fucking
sucks.
talking about that movie.
It fucking sucks, and I hate that movie. Fuck that movie.
This
We're
is
not gonna talk.
This is the perfect time for somebody to chime in about Malignant and be like, "It was so fun. It was so fun. He didn't care about this and making."
Jesus Christ, I fucking hated that movie. Like, I was all in, like, the first 10 minutes. I was all in. And again, it just shit the fucking bed, and I was so mad about it by the end of it. I was like, why the fuck did I not turn this off?
I just think I get why people like it, but again, if you like that
There
movie,
goes James. Super fun.
if you like it, then it's like if the band Korn made a horror movie. That's what it feels like. It feels like if the singer of Korn was like, he wrote a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and the guy's got like this is what it looks like. Gabriel, and it's got two faces, and it's like it's a cancer. You just hear him like writing the lyrics of the song.
And the one doesn't know about it.
It's a new metal horror movie. There's a whole genre of new metal horror movies, but this one just happened to come out last year instead of in 19.
Yes, James. Malignant was cute. It was a cute movie.
It was so cute. Yeah, that one didn't put on my list just because I was just like, whatever. I didn't hate it as much as I hated these other ones. Only because there's like so much money wasted.
Yeah.
The amount they paid, the amount you could take from what they paid Red Notice is like, you could make 5 really good small horror movies.
The only thing that I can give any kind of respect to is James Wan taking all of that money and making that movie where he was like, yes, I made them like $1 billion with fucking Aquaman. Now they're just throwing money at me. And he goes, here's Malignant. And walks away with a giant paycheck.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
good for him.
Super funny to me.
Good for him for, his success. He's a dude who started out smaller, and he's earned his success.
Yeah.
And, I like some of his movies, and I hate some of his movies, and I think it's important for filmmakers to take risks. And I
Speaking of
think
Aquaman, fucking Candyman was fucking Black Manta in fucking Aquaman.
holy shit, he was. That's
Yeah,
another. God damn, that dude is everywhere.
yeah.
What's he gonna be next? He'll be in the next Joker.
I hope so.
He's just gonna show up and he's like, "I'm the Joker now. Deal with it,
And then
dude."
everybody's gonna be like, they made Candyman again.
I guess
He
they
was
will.
already Candyman.
All in all, 2021. It was a decent year of stuff. Great year for comic book movies and comic book stuff. But that's been kind of
I
the
got
name of the
3
game.
honorable mentions for this horse shit.
Oh, there's more.
Wrong Turn,
Oh fuck.
Old.
Ah,
That was a shitty fucking movie.
there were parts of it I liked. I thought it was
Fuck
a good.
off. That movie
That was
sucked. That movie sucks so fucking bad.
not
Oh, it
even
was trash.
comparable to all these other ones.
And then my third fucking honorable mention is The Little Things.
Oh yeah, that was real bad.
I
Again,
hated that.
Rami Malek does his best to play like a normal man and can't.
Fucking hated that movie so much.
I'm just a weird detective. I was like,
Yeah.
no police station would fucking promote that topic. Oh, you're gonna go interview people and make them uncomfortable nonstop? Yeah, sounds like you'd be a great detective.
Fuck, I hated that movie.
Also, another one I left off was Spiral. That was really bad.
I still haven't made it through that movie. I turn it on and I go do something else immediately.
That has the classic thing that I think Malignant had, where it's like the police stations with the old timey lamps and it's all dark on the inside for some reason in the police station.
James is really trying to push a hot button for you.
Daniel
Or
Craig.
no, that was Andy. I thought it was James. That's Andy saying that bullshit.
It doesn't hurt me because it's like you know, like you probably understand because you have kids. It's like when you tell your kids like, "Hey, this is why this is happening." Your kid's like, "No, it's because of this," and you go, "Okay," and you don't want to argue with them because you know you're an adult and they're a child.
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
There you go.
It's that kind of thing. It just bounces off me like, okay, sure, little buddy, go play.
Yeah, go back to sleep, you dumb dumb.
I don't care. That's it. 2021. Whack fucking year of COVID, and also I fell on concrete and I had my first ambulance ride. That was the thing that happened this year. Also, all because of COVID. And my mom got COVID. Thankfully, she's okay now. What else happened? It was a shitty year. So much annoying.
I wasn't laughing at your mom getting COVID. I was laughing at Andy's stupid comment.
You can't troll me, bro. Nothing bothers me. If you,
I
the
did
only
some
thing that would
things
bother me is like if
Fuck.
you. I don't know. Honestly, because like if you made Red Notice and I had to like still be your friend in some capacity and like pretend to your face like that I was proud or happy for you, then I would be like that would bother. Yeah, Red Notice, but I'm saying nothing you can do will bother me. You liking a bad movie does not bother me. What other people like does not bother me. What other people like or don't like does not bother me. It used to, but not anymore. Now I either hate or love stuff, but like again, I like Limp Bizkit, so I don't care about what people like or don't like. It doesn't bother me. It gets to a point where like people which happens all the time on Twitter, where people are like they get so sensitive if you critique or say something negative about something they like. And I get it. Some art is very personal, to you. Uh, but again, it's if you don't own it, why are you so mad about it?
Right.
Like if you didn't make it. You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't make any of these 5 straight dog turds.
Yeah, and if you said if you said you like any of these movies, the one I forgot to mention was False Positive. Oh shit.
I was wondering if that was gonna make your list or not.
Holy
Because
fuck.
you came at me real hard through the message messenger and was like, hey, don't watch this giant pile of shit.
That might have been the worst movie I've seen in like a long time. That was worse than Red Notice. The False Positive makes Red Notice look like Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise is better than Red Notice. I will say that.
Fucking Malignant was better than fucking Red Notice. And I didn't even watch all the Red Notice.
Army of the Dead was better than all of these. It was bad.
What the fuck is all over me? I got shit all over me.
But yeah,
got
I mean,
ashes all over me.
And yeah, I'll watch Red Notice too. And you know what? It'll be just as bad. Hopefully they actually
It'll be worse.
Decide to shoot some practical live action sequences in their action movie.
They won't. They found a formula. They're gonna stick to it.
I will never forget it. I'll never forget The Rock. I had like that, even though it wasn't like a thing I saw, like the visual of him standing up in a restaurant, his big body, just like, whoa, like throwing his hat, so impressed with the twist of like a movie that has no twist.
Going, what the fuck?
Holy shit!
You gotta be fucking kidding me!
He was the guy. He stole it all along. Oh my god! No one will ever see this coming except everyone watching the movie with half a brain. Oh my god!
And they had the good sense to turn it off when they figured it out.
Yeah, I remember that was a night where we didn't want to make a decision on something to watch. So I was like, I'm just going to turn this on. And we watched it. And we were so mad that we did. Just unbelievably bad. But we should get off here soon because we don't want to get cut off at the 4-hour mark.
Yeah.
Jungle
you
Cruise
want
is
to...
a non-stop thrill ride with lots of laughs, even more heart. It's a sweet time. I like that... I like that tagline. That's funny.
I like that James took the time to fucking write all that out.
I think The Rock should go back to Fast and Furious, even though he said he's not going to.
Ugh.
He's
Easy.
so afraid of Vin Diesel.
All right, so you want to hip everyone to what's coming at them this year, the fun things we decided to do?
We are going to quit and never do this again. Nerdicide is canceled.
It's the last one.
Because of COVID, we're taking some COVID restrictions. Talking through the phone is
dangerous as fuck.
We don't want to get flu-rona. So we're gonna...
I will drink a Corona, but I will not get it.
No, we're gonna do some new fun things. Working on a couple new. I've got a couple people I'm talking to for guests. We got some fun segments we're gonna do. More centralized on just either singular movies and topics instead of trying to keep up with like the week-to-week pop culture stuff, because the way our show works is like we don't do it every week, so it's like hard to do episodic television and keep up with it. So we're gonna focus on more like old, weirder, obscure, fun movies to kind of talk about, and then also just centralized subjects, guests that come on talk about those things. I got this really, really cool dude in SF I'm going to have on. He has the most bonkers vinyl collection you could ever imagine. signed by every rock person you could ever think of.
I'm so excited about that shit.
Lots of great stories. He has tons of great stories. And just stay tuned. You know.
Do you know? If you know, you know. Do you know?
And other than that, I'm gonna be on the draft pod, I think, in like a week or something. What day is it? Is there 10 days? I'm gonna do that stupid show. I like doing that show because it's like a nice ego boost for me. Because sometimes I'm like, oh man, maybe I don't really have the best opinions on everything. And then I go on their show and I'm like, oh yeah, I do. I am smart. I'm gonna go on there.
100%. That's how it works.
What are they doing? Movie cops. Movie cops.
Movie cops? Oh, movie fucking awesome.
Movie cops. I'm just gonna pick RoboCop 5 times.
I was gonna say Lance Henriksen and fucking Terminator.
I'm not gonna say anymore because I have a couple that I know they're not gonna pick because they're not smart enough to pick it. So I'm gonna save those for here.
There you go.
And they'll be like too busy picking Tango and Cash. Or they'll be picking fucking whoever the cop was in Red Notice.
See, James just fucking wrote Paul Blart, and I can guarantee that he just fucked up his fucking picks because he put it on here. But that would have been his number one.
Dude, my jacket off is so hot in this room. And the door closed.
I am freezing to death. I'm out in my garage, so.
I mean, it's only hot in this room. It's cold.
I have 2 heaters on. It's semi-comfortable. But this whole area is, like, frozen.
It's also the weight of all of this gold.
Oh, that gold. Oh, you fucker.
All right. That was 2021. I'm going to do an edit of this and try to wrap it down to make it a little more palatable for the internet, which is also a thing I'm going to be doing.
Yes.
I'm going to make cleaner edits of this because no one wants to watch Courtney P.
1,000 times.
And also, you can't see the comments when you download it, so we're just talking to nobody. So I'm going to cut all that out also.
Great.
So we're going to cut it down. Another segment we're going to be doing is, if we have time, I want to do a segment called Flame On, where I'm going to request people to give us things to roast. Movies, bands, TV shows. I'm going to put it up in the Instagram and see what kind of answers we get. And then we will roast it, good or bad. I know I'm going to get a lot of troll comments from dickheads who are going to be like, roast Cyclops. And I will. I don't give a shit. As if it's like, oh no, my heart.
Oh, my soul.
You got me.
He'll never recover, guys. He'll never recover.
I brought this pain on myself. I don't roast Cyclops. I don't give a shit. It's a fictional character. He didn't give birth to me. He's not real. I'll roast whatever. I'll roast your mama. I don't give a shit.
She's probably gross.
All right, and there's other stuff too, but I can't think of it because I'm tired and my throat's dry. But Draft Pod, thanks for coming on. Except for Drew, he's probably furiously masturbating.
Or not doing anything at all.
The Rock should play Cyclops. See, this is the kind of stuff I don't care. You think that? Go ahead and start a petition. It's your life.
That's actually pretty funny, and I could have used that as a roast for Cyclops. Damn it. Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it.
I was thinking more like movies and stuff, or like roast this movie, roast like this actor, or things like that. So it's something that's like catalog-y, so you can have a lot of insults. But it's just like you could, or if you just like roast Halloween 3, that's not going to be very fun. But,
Right.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see what kind of answers we get, if any. People like to look at your story but not respond. I don't have time to type letters. I only want to just press this over and over.
The time it takes to fucking keep hitting the fucking side of your screen, you could type something out.
Roast Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is Madonna for third graders.
I heard her meat suit was actually made out of her labias.
Huge. I think Jim Cummings should play Cyclops.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. And I think Wes Chatham from Expanse should be Wolverine. But these are just my thoughts.
And we share those thoughts.
All right, goodbye.
I love you.
Goodbye 2021, even though it's fucking many days into the year.
2021 can fuck right the fuck off. 2020 can fuck right the fuck off. Fucking the last 10 years of my life could fuck right the fuck off.
2018, you're cool.
Was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember what happened in 2018.
Draft Pod, I'll see you in several days. Prepare to get verbally abused on your own podcast, as per usual.
It's gonna happen.
And Courtney, I'll see you in the DMs. It's been fun. That's it. 2021. I'm gonna light this on fire. Goodbye.
It's over. Like our show. It's over.
Cheers. Nerdicide out. We'll be back.
Love you guys.
2 weeks. Bye.
Peace.